It's time to let it flow. It's time to let it flow. Yeah, it's time to let it flow. Yeah, it's time to let it flow. It's time to let it flow. What's poppin'? Welcome to the next episode of Let It Flow. I got my boy Rob with me.
What's up, my dog? What's up with you, my boy?
Not much, dog. Appreciate you coming.
Hey, man, no problem. I had to come let it flow with you one time.
Yeah. So go ahead and tell me a little about yourself.
I mean, you know, first off, if you know what I'm saying, if you don't know me, my name Robert Sawyer, man. But I go by Also Rob, Tattoo Rob, man. You know what I'm saying? I done had a lot of names, man, because I did a lot in my life. But, you know, right now, at the point we at right now, you know what I'm saying? Y'all call me Also Rob.
Before you were doing YouTube, you were a tattoo artist?
I mean, yeah, I've been tattooing on and off for about 6-7 years now.
Okay.
But that's what I'm primarily doing besides YouTube. So that's all a part of the same creative cycle.
Right, it is creative either way.
Yeah.
What got you into YouTube? Was there anything specifically that happened that got you into doing YouTube?
I think, well, I used to do a lot of content, you know what I'm saying, on like Facebook here and there, like just like giving like, maybe giving my girl stuff or just in general. Like I used to go live on Facebook sometime and go viral, but I didn't know what viral was though. I just knew sometime I would do stuff or I would just get like a lot of views or get like a lot of viewers, and it was just stuff I was doing. It was like everyday life. Like basically like I could be partying or just out doing something, maybe buying Allie a car or just doing something like doing a tattoo, but I always had a lot of viewers and followers. You know what I'm saying? So I was already entertaining, but I just never knew nothing about YouTube. But then I used to have a lot of like little friends and kids and family members I did stuff for, and they like, man, you should be a YouTuber. But I knew nothing of no YouTubers. Like I didn't know about nothing besides about people on YouTube. I thought YouTube was more so for like videos and like tutorials,
right,
and music type stuff. Mm-hmm. But then once people start saying you should do it, then I started finding out about it. But the main thing I got us into was somebody reached out to Allie, you know, about working together, you know, like you guys should try XYZ. And then, you know, we came to Houston and met with them. And that's how we kind of started off.
Okay.
That's what got us into it.
So y'all were already going viral and then you got into YouTube.
Yeah, just everyday life, you know what I'm saying? Because before me and Ali got together, you know, like we used to party and have like do a lot of just random stuff, you know what I'm saying? And it was just showing the lifestyle on the internet and getting views and stuff for it. But we didn't know about going viral. We just was getting views and stuff, just basically doing it. But then we got together and I found out what it was. So
how did it feel the first time you went viral?
I didn't really care because
it
wasn't nothing I got paid for. You know what I'm saying? It was just like everyday life. It was like, dang, people really seeing what I'm doing. But I'm not really an attention seeker. So it didn't feel like, to me, it didn't really feel like nothing. It was just like I just did something and people seen it, honestly.
It's crazy because a lot of people will see people go viral and they'll think like, oh, like every time you go viral, you get money. Like they picture like, oh, you've been viral, you must have got paid.
You got $1 million.
But yeah, right. They don't realize like the first time you go viral, in most cases, you're not set up for monetization.
Yeah, and you don't even know.
You don't even know how to get paid off of social media because you're new to it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I think too, like, me and you probably both in the same, like we in a different generation, and like social media is not really, like, it was never like that for us. You know what I'm saying? Like we didn't think social media was something where, oh, I'm gonna go here and go viral and get paid. But now we understand it because the way of life changed. But I wasn't in that. Like I wasn't in clout. I wasn't into like who's big on social media. I wasn't into none of that. I was just me. You know what I'm saying? The town I'm from, Toledo, Ohio. You know what I'm saying? It's not really built like that. It's not built off social media. It's built off of, you know what I'm saying, who's popping in your city. Like in our city, it's like that's who it is.
Right.
So, yeah.
So you're from Toledo, Ohio.
Yeah.
Where do you prefer to live? Is the only place you
it's
live
not a question.
Here, huh?
It's not a question. Anywhere but there is bad.
Yeah.
It's like kind of like living in like Chicago or like a Detroit, like, because we like 45 minutes from Detroit, and it's like,
oh really? I never knew it was that close to Detroit.
Yeah, and I mean, clarify, I love my city though, you know what I'm saying? But the people there is like, it's kind of bad, you know what I'm saying? Like sometimes a little bit they'll work with you, but nobody, it's kind of like crabs in the bucket, put it like that, just so I can kind of like simplify it, because it's a small town, but you don't realize how small it is until you leave and really stay going, like not vacation, but leave and stay going, you know what I'm saying? And then you kind of wake up like, dang, people here not supporting each other, the economy is like bad, it's like you can make money there, like you're hustling or whatever, but and working your hand, but it's not enough, like it's not enough to really kind of expand and go a bigger life, you know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
Like the level I was to there, I'm gonna put it at like The level I got to in my city, like I was already known. You know what
reached
I'm
your
saying?
pinnacle of what you could do in that city.
I did. I reached my peak a long time ago. Didn't even know it, but I always knew I was bigger than my city though. Like I was supposed to do something bigger. Not like, oh, I'm bigger than everybody or better than them, because anybody from my city know me. I don't never like down people. It doesn't matter. I can have 200,000 sitting at home, but I would never disrespect nobody or ever talk crazy to nobody. I always treated people with respect. I never look at nobody as a dollar sign for what they have. But I was, to my point, my growth point, like I couldn't really do that much there anymore. I feel like we was maxed out. And then me and Allie was together at that point. I was already feeling like I was maxed out before I met Allie. But once I got a family, like, I found a wife, you know what I'm saying? It was like, I'm really maxed out. Like, I'm here for nothing, because honestly, my time is a bunch of freaky. Can you cuss on this podcast?
Yeah, you good.
It's a bunch of freaky motherfuckers, you know what I'm saying? Like, the females, most of them is going. I feel like a lot of them, like, trying to play catch up with each other. And it's just like, it's not to down anybody or disrespect them, but they know, like, you know what I'm saying? It's just kind of like no value. If you got something going at all, you could just have a nice car, I feel like. And the females, like, they kind of go. So it's like, it's no value in nothing. It's like no trophies you're not about to brag about. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, guess what? It's like, that's kid stuff. So it's like, if you want to grow, like, I'm chasing millions of dollars. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want my kids to be set in the future. Like, that's my goal. So I knew I had to leave that place, because you're not about to get $1 million living there.
Right. So, I'm from Clearwater. So it's not really a small town, but it kind of is. It's probably smaller than Toledo, but it's right outside of Tampa. So Florida. It's like, so I know what you mean by like this. I think it's all small towns though. It's not just where you come from, but it's just like when you live in a place where like nobody really just became a millionaire.
Okay, let me ask a question. What's the population there though?
It's in the millions. For sure.
From where you from?
Well, the county anyway. As far as the city, I don't know, but
the county I'm from was in 200,000.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
He said, yeah, okay.
Well, see, the thing about Clearwater is it's not big in size. It's just very populated. It's super, super populated.
But we're not even populated. So that means less money, less everything.
Yeah, so that's even more so like that. So, I mean, I'm not really from a small town, but I'm from a smaller town. And then Houston, of course. And what I've noticed is like, I've heard a lot of people say that, like, with nobody around in the circle from anywhere, like everybody who are in the same age group. If nobody ever became a millionaire and is still in that city, and then nobody, that's where the bar's at. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like nobody's looking like, oh, I'm gonna be a millionaire, because they have nobody to look example to. You know what I mean? They look at like rappers and they look at like other people, and that's all they know. But they know in this city ain't nobody doing that.
No.
So people are easily impressed because they don't see millionaires walking around and things like that.
You saying basically in your city they're easily impressed? Yeah,
just like what you said. Like
exactly
they're easily impressed because they don't have nothing to compare to. Like we live in a place like Atlanta, you might run into Young Thug, you might run into Lil Baby.
Exactly.
So that's the bar is higher. It's like I know there's millionaires walking around these streets right here for sure in the hood and all.
Exactly.
But when you're in places like a smaller city, you don't really see a lot of people walk around super successful. You got drug dealers.
I mean, you got drug dealers.
Yeah, you got people with money. But as far as like millionaires and people who are really
like business, legally business.
Like legal money, that it's in the bank account. They're not going to go down for it. I mean, most likely they might. You never know.
They might. Not saying they not, because it's a lot of rich people that is doing still illegal stuff.
That's how they got up there.
I mean, the way of life is so high now. You're gonna need a little bit of crime on the side. You know what I'm saying? Not telling nobody to do crime, but you're gonna need something else going besides what you just think is going to be.
A lot of rich people are laundering money.
And they're doing crazy stuff.
They got businesses and they're laundering.
That's
money.
A part of the crime. Like it's not like hard crime. Like I'm going to go rob somebody. But it's like, you have to either lie to the government about what you have, which is like the money laundering part, or you just have to have something else going because they just making it so expensive to live. And they just, like, social media is depressing people so crazy because it's just too much lying. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of faking and lying going on, which that's perfectly fine if you're okay with that. I'm not okay with it. I don't want to be on the internet lying to much people. You know what I'm saying? Like, if people ask me questions, I always try and give them the honest truth. Anybody ever met me know I keep it 100. I'm solid to whatever I talk about. Anybody I go around, I'm me. You know what I'm saying? When it's time to be professional, I'm professional. When it's time to handle business, I'm going to stand on whatever I got to at the moment. Like, people know that also. Right. You know what I'm saying? But back to what you were saying about being easy impressed, it's crazy because I learned that because, like, here you can drive a Lamborghini, right? And it's kind of not, it's like, whatever. It's gonna be like, oh, wow. Like, people gonna still wow.
Yeah, it's still
but
nice.
When you in your hometown, like my hometown, y'all got Lamborghinis?
I mean, yeah.
See, we didn't. That's what I'm saying.
But that's the thing, though. Nobody in my age group was getting Lamborghinis. The
like
old
rich people.
Because Clearwater is a retirement place, so a lot
Right.
of people retire. So I'm not saying you're going to see a Lambo every day, but there's some old retired
You're not
people
about to see a
who might
Lamborghini,
pull up in a
period.
Lambo or a nice, or like, you know what I'm saying, a Bentley or something, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? But they're old. You don't see no young rich people who got to the money, you know what I mean? So that's what I mean. Like when people see older people in cars, they don't. It's like whatever, you know what I'm saying?
But when you see a young person, it's like,
Yeah,
oh wow,
and you know
like,
it's
this
they
dude-
shit. It's not like somebody else. They didn't Turo it. That's
Right.
they shit. You're like, okay, they getting some money. You know what I mean? But you don't see that in the smaller towns.
Right, yeah, and you're 100% right about that though, because it is different when you see young people. But it's like with the YouTube, how did you get into it? It's like once people start, hey, you should look at this, and they kind of open your mind up to it because you only as big as your like environment or your like where you're at, like you know what I'm saying. So I grew up
Right.
in the hood though. You know what I'm saying? I grew up in the hood for sure. As an adult now who's trying to do better and provide more for my family, I realize how low I really was though. Like it could have been worse for sure, but I don't. But in my eyes, if I had like as a parent, if what I was going through with my parents, if it was like that, I just like that was very low. Which some people go through way worse stuff, but I was smart enough to know how to handle stuff. And like me and my brother, I got a brother named Kendrick. Like we really close. You know what I'm saying? I got other brothers and siblings, but when I look back at it, like it really was bad. It was worse.
Is
than
that
I
the
thought.
one I met?
Yeah, you know my brother. But me and him always been close. Like no matter what he was going through, we always stayed close. Like now, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like we both live in Houston. Just like thinking back on like climbing through windows when I didn't know where my mom was at. You know what I'm saying? Like just like coming home not knowing what's about to happen. Like but as an adult now I realize, oh, we was evicted, but she wasn't paying the bills. So I'm like, oh, this is where I think I live at though. But I was really evicted and she was off. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what you're doing. I still love my mom to death and do whatever for her now, but it's like just looking back, like, dang, you probably did your best, or you probably just didn't understand how to really parent your kids. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know. That's just deep though when it comes to just thinking back on stuff.
But you know what I think,
where
bro?
you from and stuff.
It's like I feel like sometimes, like at the time, it's horrible. You know what I mean? Like to go through certain things, we don't understand what's going on. But later on, you realize that like there's two different types of people. Some people they'll go through a hard time and it'll break them. And they'll always like hurt them. They'll always be kind of behind, like trying to figure it out. Like it always affects them.
Yeah, mine's made me though.
You said what?
I honestly, the times I went through, I honestly enjoyed them now as an adult.
Yeah,
I said it was like I said.
Yeah,
it was
because I
messed
feel like
up.
you're this type of person.
Yeah.
You're the type of person who will go through it and then later on and get stronger from it. Build strength from it. You know what I'm saying? Like be resilient, go through it, be like, man, that shit was tough, but I went through it and now not only am I stronger and if I had to go through it again, it'd be easy, but now I don't want my kids to go through that type of shit.
That's exactly what it is, bro. When I think back on that, I be telling my sons, like, look, man, y'all don't know what it is to struggle. Like, y'all don't know what it's like to come home and the lights is off and the hot water's off. You gotta boil some water on the stove. On top of it's mouses and it's mouses and roaches running around. So you don't think that deep until until you're an adult and you're like, dang, we didn't even have electricity. My clothes were just sitting in a, you know what I'm saying, closet in a garbage bag and stuff like. So like our kids don't understand that. Like just having like a house, like, oh, we got an office and a theater. Like how you got this, you like the way you got, like you got a studio and you got a home. Like you got, the kids don't understand how big that is. Like we shared one bedroom, but now y'all can run around the house. Like you got a backyard, you got a huge living room, you got a nice kitchen. You know what I'm saying? They got all this area and stuff, but they don't know what it's like when you broke though. You know what I'm saying?
And you know what? The style of parenting that has to be done is completely different. Because the truth of the matter is going through those struggles do teach you how to deal with certain things in life. And I feel like, I look at like, let's say the world ended today.
Right.
The world just fucking ended. The people who are going to have the hardest time living is those people who grew up in rich households.
Right.
They had maids. They didn't know how to cook. They never did their laundry. They had they don't even barely know how to drive. You know what I'm saying? Because they always had a driver.
Right.
If the world were to end, they're going to be the most weakest people. You know what I mean? So I always look at like
they don't have that grind in them.
Yeah. So it's somewhat of a weakness.
That's why, I don't like to over pamper my kids too. I still make them like carry out everyday tasks because I'm not about to have you just handicapped. You're not gonna be out here, oh well, I need this. I'm not used to that. No, you got to be a man first because that's another thing I'm like big on too. Because social media got bad influence. I feel like right now on a lot of like not just boys but men and boys because boys and men are like kind of confused with what a man is. You feel me? Because there's no perfect man, but I feel like boys is confused with what a man is now. So that's why I do tell my kids what I went through and why I'm how I am and why I think so fast and why I kind of like know so much is because my brain just worked like that because every time I went through something, I had to, okay, this is a make or break situation for me. You know what I'm saying? So figure out what you're going to do. Like, you're not about to sit here and talk about it. Like, what are you going to do? Time's going to still going. You're going to get home. You're still going to have to carry out tasks, you know what I'm saying, to be alive. Or you're going to just give up and sit here and look stupid. So We don't have lights. Okay, let me find a candle. You know what I'm saying? We don't have water. Let me boil some water. We don't have gas. Okay, I'm gonna wash up with cold water. It's always an alternative. It's just like half empty or half full. Like, how bad is this situation? Like, oh, this is not gonna kill me. I still got clean. It doesn't matter if it was hot or cold water. People take cold ice baths and stuff. So
the thing is a lot of the stuff you learn from the way you grew up. So I guess our job as parents, because you know, I know that my kids are living an easier, better life than when I was a kid. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
So I have to make sure I go upon myself to make sure that they still learn those life lessons regardless.
Definitely,
because I feel like a lot of people who are successful, they don't do that with their kids, and that's why they come out being wild, not being like if you got to make sure that if you're gonna give your kid millions of dollars. Like
they gotta know what to do with it.
They gotta know or you're gonna hand them your business and your will. Yeah, they gotta make sure that they don't run to the ground.
Yeah, for real, or run themselves to the ground because some people go crazy. Mm-hmm. If you really notice, like it's like a lot of millionaires go crazy, either kill themselves or kill a bunch of people. It's because they just don't know what to do with themselves. They just I'm just used to just getting this and that. Like, but once you get everything, then you really have nothing. If you can just get everything, like say you just like, I want to be rich and just everything at a snap of a finger. Okay, then you're gonna start getting bored.
I'm gonna tell you, well, yeah, this is what it's like. If the only thing that makes you happy is the gain, like I'm not happy unless I'm gaining something. I'm going up. I'm buying this. I'm buying that.
Like gaining something materialistic.
Materialistic, like either money or something I could buy with the money. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then materialistic stuff. And it's like if I already have it all, and there's nothing more to gain. So now, what makes you happy? Because the only thing that made me happy was gaining shit, but I got it all. So I'm going to tell you why. The answer to that is you have to find a way to be happy within yourself without gaining, without money. You got to be happy with nothing.
Bare bones. Even like looking in the mirror, like, are you happy with yourself? It's like when you take all the jewelry and clothes and flash stuff off, look in the mirror. Are you happy with yourself?
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
How do you love
feel?
Who you are?
I ain't gonna lie. One thing about me, I love who I am. I love everything I've ever been through. I love every lesson. I just love everything about life, period, man. Just the good and the bad. Because it's like, dang, it make it all worth it. Like when you go through struggles and stuff like, dang, we really went through that, bro. Look where we at now. It's like, it makes you proud. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
Me and my
like
brothers
50 Cent said, I don't know who said originally, but in this, 50 Cent said, if it wasn't for pain, joy wouldn't feel so good.
That's real. Because how would you know?
Yeah, like the joy wouldn't mean nothing if you weren't going through the pain. Yeah. You're like, damn, I just want to feel better, and then the joy comes. So you feel it. You know, if you're always happy, and then what does it mean? You know, you have to go through the hard times.
It's just like people that's always hurt. You know what I'm saying? If you always going through hurt, it's like pain is nothing to you. It's like that's why some people that go through so much beating, it's like even kids that get beat by their parents, like they start checking out after a while. Like, as soon as you start beating me, I blacked out. I don't even remember because they just used to it now. Like their body's kind of like numb to it, like numb to the pain.
Like,
that's real.
Too much of something is bad. Like even with that, like it's a blessing that they're able to turn it off and deal with it in that way. But when happy times come, they don't have to deal with it.
No,
you know, because it's like it's too happy. They're like, yo, and that's why you see a lot of situations where people have everything's good and they just screw it all up.
Yeah,
because they spent too much time down.
Yeah.
So when they finally got up, they're like, bro, I don't have to deal with this. I'm used to being down. So that's why balance is so important. You can't always be happy. You can't always be sad. You just got to kind of just go. You get some ups and downs in life. They're healthy.
Yeah, and that scare people too, though. Like a lot of, that kind of scared, like a person that's always down or always getting beat down just can never catch a break. It's just like for example, say a girl that always get a bad relationship, right? She always aims for certain type of niggas or whatever, and she just always can't catch a break, right? So when she find a good dude, she's gonna know what it is, but depending on what she's been through, she's not gonna know how to handle it or react to it because now it's like, this is not something I'm used to, like you said. So she's gonna like self-destruct or she's gonna ruin it. You know what I'm saying? Right. That's why subconscious behavior, like what we teaching our kids, what we talked about earlier, subconscious behavior is real. So everything your kids watching you do, it doesn't matter what it is. They're gonna subconsciously want to do it or not want to do it. Like me, I don't smoke or drink, right? My kids always say, I'm not gonna smoke or drink. You can do what you want to do. I tell you, you can do what you want to do. It's a free world, but you're gonna live with the consequences. Like
so,
me,
so you're teaching them by example. So that was actually one of my questions I want to ask you. So you're completely sober. What made you want to make that decision? Like you were never just like, oh, I feel like drinking. Oh, I want to smoke. Or I want to whatever. Never.
Honestly, man. Okay, before I met Allie, you know what I'm saying? I was wild. You know what I'm saying? I was partying. Like everybody was drinking. Like I would just like maybe take a shot just to see what like. But I think one time I got like buzzed a little bit, like when I went out or something. And I was always wild, like naturally though. Like I naturally had confidence. I would walk up to any girl, talk to them. I would say anything in any room or crowd. Like I really never really cared too much about like hiding myself or trying to not be me. I always been me. So I feel like I never needed nothing to change that. And then like with alcohol, the same as with drugs or crack or heroin, whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? I grew up hustling. Put it like that. I grew up hustling, so I see what it does to people. You know what I mean? So it's like I never wanted to be like that. So it didn't matter if it's weed doesn't make you like this. Well, look, it's a drug. If it's labeled a drug, I don't want to do it. You know what I'm saying? Alcoholism. Look at this. I'm just looking at what is the positive that I've ever seen happen to somebody from drinking. You didn't wake up for $1 million. You didn't wake up with $1 million. You might have woke up with your stomach hurting, or you need to go to the hospital, or your liver or something hurt. You know what I'm saying? And I don't have nothing against nobody that smoke or drink. You know, it's a free world.
No, it's your perspective.
You do what you want to do.
Yeah.
I'm just not doing it.
Everybody has their own point of view. You know what I'm saying?
And the more you know it, people will respect it. Like, man, he don't drink. It's not gonna be like, man, you lame, drink. They're not gonna never say that to me because you can't peer pressure me. You know what I'm saying? I'm a grown man. You know what I'm saying? Do your thing. I'm gonna do mine. Mm-hmm. But I just never wanted to. I just feel like I didn't need it. It didn't give me confidence. It didn't give me courage. It might make me dizzy, but it doesn't make sense. Like, even when I hustle, I've never tried nothing. I took a drink multiple times, like randomly, trying to just, come on, it's a celebration, take a shot. You got married, or take a shot because whatever. But I'm not about to just sit and get drunk, so I could take a little fake shot. Like, most times I'll hand it to somebody. It was like round shots. I'm not gonna drink it. Like, people know that, man. You don't drink, you playing. Yeah. I just never found use for it. Like, it's not gonna make me healthier. It's not gonna make me faster, smarter. It's not gonna do nothing. But maybe give me buzz, and I might get into a fight or something crazy happen. And if I get into a fight drunk, guess what? I'm gonna get beat up. So it's like it never gave me nothing that makes sense. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But
I can see that.
It's just nothing I ever did, it made sense. You know, whether it was partying, I didn't need it. I would go up to any girl. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't really need it. It's like it's not like a conversation starter. I'm gonna come up and say something that I'm examining off of you, or something that I feel like is relatable to you. You know?
Right. I definitely respect that.
Yeah, bro.
So I got another question. So being in a YouTube couple. What do you like? So a lot of people don't understand, like, being a YouTube couple, you're with your partner, but you're also a business partner.
Exactly.
So you're missing the love side of your relationship with the business side. And there's a lot of dudes who won't do that. You know, a lot of dudes, or just a lot of people in general, who be like, hey, I want to do my thing, you do your thing. We're not gonna open up a store together. We're not gonna get together and be business partners. Like, I got my shit, you got. There's some relationships that do, but it's like, if you think about the average relationship, it's not average that the man and the woman would be business partners. So with that being said, what do you feel like is some of the biggest struggles that you face as being a business partner with Ali?
I ain't gonna lie, I like that question. I like that topic, whatever, because I've talked with multiple YouTube couples about this. Let me trying to put this into simple terms for like a lot of relationship couples out there, because me and Ali starting a relationship podcast. You know what I'm saying? Based solely on relationships. Do you have a name for it yet? I got the name. I don't want to release it yet.
Okay,
you know what I'm saying?
So coming soon. Y'all got a podcast.
It's based on our relationships, man. We got something. It's gonna be more than just podcasts. You know what I'm saying? So y'all stay tuned. It's gonna be podcasts, and we got some show stuff going on. So it's gonna be all in one. So y'all just stay tuned for that. But to answer that question and to talk about that topic, I'm gonna say the two main things, because this is how I personally feel, is where the biggest things go wrong in relationships, even with celebrities, because a lot of people always talk about this is mine and that's mine, right? Even like this is gonna cover the relationship stuff, to put that woman and buy her this and that. Listen, if you decide to move in the house with somebody and share your life with them, I don't care about nothing else. There is no business partner. You know what I'm saying? That don't even exist to me and Ali. And it's never been like that since we met. And I'm not saying this to sound crazy, nothing, because I'm older than Ali. You know what I'm saying? But Ali had a pure heart when I met her. And I'm used to just girls just being thirsty as soon as they meet me. You know what I'm saying? Oh, yeah, he got this and that. Or he looked like, you know what I'm saying?
And y'all from the same city, correct?
Same city. Okay. But it's two different environments. You know what I'm saying? I'm over here in the hood, trap started, you know what I'm saying? Looking like the man, tattooing and doing my thing, but just keeping my everything under wraps. You know what I'm saying? Everything was under control. But since I met her, you know what I'm saying, I had more than her. Like, not mentally, but I had more than her on the financial side. Okay. Like, I had more stuff going. I had income every day, you know what I'm saying? And I already had money, so when we met, it was like I wanted her to be on the same team. So if it's like, if I'm taking you into my life, there is no me and you business partner split nothing. It's like couples that split bank accounts. Mm-hmm. Like, it's okay to split a bank account, that's fine, but this is all of our money. I don't care if she make $2 million or I make $1 billion. This is all of our money. See, that's where people go wrong, thinking they're gonna play me and take the money and run off. If you already think that, you shouldn't even be with this person. You know what I mean? And there is no what they change. It doesn't matter. It's like a respect level you build from the day one. Look, this is how I am as a person. I don't want you to change, but I want us to grow together. You know what I'm saying? We in this together. I don't care what we get. It's gonna be together. We're gonna split everything. Period, point blank. It's all of ours. Me, my kids, everybody. We all one household. There is no business partner. There is no, this is you. You spent this. I don't care about nothing. We talk. We say, okay, can we afford this right now? If we can't afford it for both of us and we both really want it, we're just not going to do it until we can both afford it. You know what I'm saying?
So you're on the same accord.
Everything is the same accord. I wouldn't even be with a person like that. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not like none of these other dudes. I'm an actual man, bro. I'm not about to sit here and I'm not trying to control nobody. It's like I could tell Allie, just my wife, or anybody else. We're both in charge, but I'm in charge though, it makes sense because I'm not in charge of you. I don't tell you what to do, but I'm in charge though. You already know that, so I don't have to argue with you or keep yelling. We don't even yell and argue that much because we might have small disagreements with human, but we don't really argue and stuff like that. We're together, bro. We're not about to be arguing over this. It doesn't matter if we make 20 million on YouTube. It's our money. I don't even need to look at that or worry about what you spent because it's our money. But you still makes you want to, the respect I'm giving you makes you want to ask me for stuff like, hey, you think I should get this? You don't have to ask me nothing. But you just like the respect we got for each other. You think it's cool if I do this? Yeah, go ahead. Or, hey, I was going to do this and that. You think, yeah, go ahead. You know what I'm saying? You want that for each other when you're on the same accord. Now,
right.
When you live in
you made a good point. Like being in the same accord definitely avoids arguments.
Avoids a lot.
Undoubtedly.
It avoids everything. Because if we a couple, you got to think about this. You got your bank account, right? I got mine. I don't know what you're doing with your money. You don't know what I'm doing with mine. You come ask me for some money, and I'm thinking we splitting money, right? But we both just had 5 figures or 6, whatever we had. It doesn't matter what it is. Now I got to ask questions I don't even want to ask. Where's your money at? Because now that's what the argument's already starting, because now we losing trust right there. Where's your money at? Oh, let me look at your account then. Because now I'm going to start thinking you lying because I don't even know where your money went. If I can't see your money visually somewhere, I don't know. Just like you don't know. You know what I'm saying? So we do have multiple accounts, but everything is accounted for. We all talk. I got the apps for her bank account. You got the apps. We don't have to even not trust you. We don't even have to keep checking every day because we know we both not doing nothing crazy. We communicate. You know what I'm saying?
So how long y'all been together for?
Man, we've been knowing each other since like 2000 and like I met Allie. You know what I'm saying? Then we knew each other for like 2 years because when I met her, I was putting her in my group chat. And I always tell people this, like I was putting her in the group chat like, hey, if I get her, bro, what's up? Because you know niggas in the hood gonna be like, hey, she the one, bro. How you find her? It's like
you claimed her.
It's over with, bro. She a keeper, bro. We not about to run through her because I could have just did the same thing as I meet a girl, smash him, and you know what I'm saying? Oh, she on the team. I don't want to do that with you. You know what I'm saying? I think me and you gonna be on TV and be famous. I literally told her in words.
So you seen that from the beginning?
I seen it, bro. I felt the energy. It's like you got like you a loyal person. I see from you the person you was with before me because she was only with one person before me. Wow. They were together because I knew her. I'm like, dang, if you loyal to him, you'll be loyal to me. It's just like a female. If you gonna fuck me the first night, I think you gonna fuck everybody. That's just how I am.
Yeah.
I don't be.
And sometimes it's true.
Sometimes it is. Sometimes it ain't. Sometimes it is just you like, hey, you just got me at the right time. We just talked. You know what I'm saying? Like, not took advantage, but you just came in my life and I already liked you and it was perfect timing. Because life is about timing. Like, when I first met Allie, she wasn't giving me no play. Her boyfriend didn't have nothing. Neither one of them had nothing. Not saying like that, but they had like, not nothing. Let me stop saying that because I don't want it to sound bad.
Yeah.
But they wasn't financially where I was at. And she wasn't even trying to, man, what's up? She wasn't on me at all. And that's what draw me to her. Like, damn, this is what I need, balance. You know what I'm saying? I'm tattooed, you know what I'm saying? And probably at the time when she first met her, probably was girls walking around the house. And I'm just like, ugh. Like, I don't like that stuff no more. When you get to a certain age, a lot of stuff don't matter. Like, sexual shit don't really impress you, and you know that now. You know what I'm saying? Once you get over, it's like, it's cool, you know what I'm saying? But that's
once
like,
you smash enough girls,
it's over.
It's like when you're like 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, like you just trying to smash as many girls as you can. You're like, you're trying to figure out, like, do it get better? Because the last one was good. Is this one better? Is it, you know what I'm saying?
But it's not, though. It's all, it's like, it's all, it just depends on you. I feel like most of my, like, any sexual encounters was good because of me. Like, I'm kind of like know my way around what I'm doing. You know what
well,
I'm saying?
Here's the reality of it. You realize that, like, there is a difference between different girls.
There's
sure.
definitely a difference.
Undoubtedly.
Everybody's sexual drive and sexual stuff is different.
Right. But you also realize that what makes sex really good, to me, is also, like, how you feel with that girl. You know what I'm saying? Like, you fuck a random girl, and it's like you don't really feel nothing for him. So it's like it's cool, but it's just sex.
It just was. With the rams, it's more so like, was it good or bad? Like, shit was cool. You know what I'm saying? Like, but after it's over, you right back to. You know what I'm saying?
It's uncomfortable.
So the thing about when you care about somebody and want to be with them, it's like after you done, you're like, okay, what we about to do today? You know what I'm saying? With them, it's kind of like, what you about to do today? It's like,
all right, I mean, I'm ready for you to go. Like, I don't really know you. Like, you gotta go. You know, so it just makes a big difference, bro.
Yeah, it do.
So I got a question. So as far as like being partners with, you know, you guys are in a relationship, your business partners, does it ever clash? Like not on the money side, but more on like being the YouTube couple. Y'all have to work together. Like usually, like for example, if you were a YouTuber and you weren't a YouTube couple, you'd be like, you and the girl you're fighting, you're like, all right, well shit, I'm out. I'm gonna go shoot a video. I'm gonna go do the podcast, or I'm gonna do whatever you do. But it's not like that when you're a YouTube couple. But it's like, or a family channel is like, we got to get together. Yeah. Like, is there? How many times has that been a problem? Has that ever been a problem?
It's the same thing as what you just said, though. When you by yourself, you're like, oh, I'm going to go do a video. If we get into an argument or something, which, like I said, is very rare we argue. We don't really, our arguments don't go because it's like, it's okay to be mad, but get over it. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of like how we live. Like, you can be mad about something like, hey, get up. If she telling me to get up, why you still laying there? You know what I'm saying? Or it don't matter what it is. Oh, it's 7:15. What are you laying there for? 15 more minutes, I'm about to make you less tired. It's kind of like, it don't matter what it is. If it's a disagreement about, we'll have more of a disagreement on what video we're going to do. Because I'm very petite about stuff like, no, man, we need to get detailed in X, Y, Z. And she's like, we just need to get it done. So you saying just get it done, I'm saying get it detailed. That would be one of our arguments. Put it like that. We're not about to be yelling about, let me go to your phone and we arguing and now we got to do videos. No, we don't argue like that because, again, we got each other passcodes. You want to go on my phone? Go ahead. If that's what you want to do with your date, that's fine. If you think I'm hiding something, that means you don't trust me. So guess what? Now you back to asking questions. I don't want to go through your phone. I don't want to look at, oh, she might delete it. I don't even care about that stuff. I'm trying to get us to a financial standpoint where we living great. I don't care about nothing else besides that. I want to get millions of dollars with the people I care about. You know what I'm saying? So we can expand this and help our families grow even more. You know what I'm saying? Because we got to get to a certain point. And arguing about who in the phone and who liked the picture, man, I don't even like girls' pictures and stuff like that. I'm not that thirsty type motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? I used to be like, oh, I know if I like her picture, she gonna go. But I've done that so many. I don't even care about that stuff. That's not even my style no more. Right. I got a family, bro. You know what I'm saying? This is how I'm operating. We trying to get millions of dollars. So we don't even clash on, like I said, we don't clash that much. Like, you'll be surprised, bro. Like, if you see us most of the time, you don't really see us like mad all the time. Like, no, Brian,
good. Oh, for sure. I've never seen y'all argue before.
We don't do stuff like that.
Me and Leia don't argue much either.
But that's because y'all got to understand it.
Because what you said earlier is true, and for the listeners that don't know this, like being on the same accord is important. Me and Leia are literally on the same fucking.
Oh, y'all
accord.
on the same accord. They on the same accord. I'm gonna look up where this is camera. They on the same accord. Hey, you on the same accord.
We're on the same accord.
I tried to get on that same accord one time, but it didn't work. Y'all got refreshments. I'm just playing. No, but yeah, that's what's up, bro. Even just being able to do certain stuff like together, like it's respect. You know what I'm saying? But you didn't interview him, but I'm gonna ask you a question because I want to ask you a question.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? There's only one
question.
Let's
let it flow. Let's let it flow. You can ask me.
Gonna flow.
We're interviewing each other. You know what I'm saying?
We talking.
We're having a conversation.
So okay, with y'all like kind of like not swingers, but y'all open to stuff. You know what I'm saying? But how would you feel being if she wanted to have another dude in the bed? What are you gonna do in that situation?
Well, that's
I'm just let me give you my answer now. No.
Yeah,
it's not the same with two girls.
Well, here's the thing: it's like me personally. I wouldn't say we're swingers. You know what I'm saying?
No, I know you're not swingers.
No, but just to be specific, because that's like there is a difference. You know,
no, like, swingers is like we swing right, swinging like
and
this.
We've actually been to a swingers club. You know, it was weird. You know what I'm saying? Like dudes were trying to join. I'm like, hey, but we ain't do nothing. But just seeing the vibe of what it was like, it's definitely different.
Like, yeah, two dudes' energy is not the same as two girls, bro. That's why I said
never.
Now, me personally, like I said, I don't care who's gay and who's not. But me personally, I don't get into gay male stuff like that flamboyant extreme stuff. I'm not that. I don't like that stuff. You know what I'm saying? Because I got two boys. I want to be men. I don't want them to be no girls. And
for sure.
Ooh, I want to wear a dress. I don't want that for my boys. I don't have nothing to get somebody with. But I just don't personally.
Yeah.
I don't entertain that because the less men we have, there's gonna be no order nowhere. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be like, I feel like it just I don't feel like that. I don't feel right about that. Like gay, like girls that are both sides is like regular to me. But
right.
And I'm not trying to be biased about it, but it's like it's just hard to understand how can that be the same if a man naturally is supposed to be a leader. Like females want a leader. They need a leader actually, or they're gonna be out here partying a while and give me some money and they're not gonna have no guidance. You know what I'm saying? But if there's just all girls left, there's gonna be no kids. It's gonna be less everything. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, if everybody was gay, then humans would be over with.
It's gonna be over with.
That's one thing I will say is, like moving to Atlanta and being around so many different gay people, because there's so many gay people there. Leia had a lot of good friends who were gay, and you know, I'm around them. They're her friends. Like, I mean, I've been around a lot of cool.
Yeah, long as they don't disrespect you, that's fine. Like I've gotten to it with like a gay person before because, and I had to explain to him, look, bro. But once you do something like disrespect me or my kids, this is why I really got into it, because my son said he was uncomfortable with him chasing him. He was doing something he had no business. You know what I'm saying? So now I'm in kill mode.
When you get the kids involved, it can definitely get awkward.
But that's where it started from. It's like a like you go through something. What is it called? Like a trauma. That was like a trauma for me, because like I'm flaming now. Hold on, you was chasing you did what to my son? Like, don't even. Oh, I was just playing. Look, bro, because I'm ready to rip your head off in here. You was chasing. Don't play like that with my kids, because now this is where social media is getting confused at. You think it's, oh, we can okay to put this here, or my daughter's in the 3rd grade and I'm gonna go tell them about this. You don't need to tell her about that. Why do you need to tell her about that? That's not how she's gonna have a family. She's not gonna have a family by adopting. No, I want her to be a woman. I want her to have a kid, and I want her to be a woman. Now, if she decides something by 18, that's perfectly fine. If my son or daughter decide anything by 18, I'm perfectly fine with it. But anything before that, yeah, I'm not. I just don't like that.
I would say that's where I draw the line a lot with like the whole kid thing. Like I see a lot of stuff like in the schools where they have all these books, like sexual type of books.
It's just crazy.
Elementary, middle school, and even high school, any grade. I'm like, look, that's where it's going too far. Like, don't do that. Don't be putting that stuff in the schools. Like, I'm all for, like, if y'all want, everybody can be who they want to be, whatever. Once you turn 18, but other than that, like, don't put that in the schools and stuff. Let them decide once they get grown. I mean, it's just like in general, like, I feel like everything, like, you don't put too much sexual stuff in the library at a kid's school.
Right, because now you're making them wonder, like, ooh, what is this? Like, you making them think about this stuff.
I mean, they have, like, sex ed and they teach that, but they don't put, books talking about people having sex and all that in detail.
That's crazy.
They don't do that for any type of situation. So I feel like we should follow the same rules no matter what.
Yeah. I don't like that, man. I ain't gonna lie, because it's just like, I just don't feel like it's supposed to be going like. I don't think life's supposed to be like that, bro. I think we all need to be like handling business, because once I feel like you not being a certain thing, that's when all that pervert stuff and kids getting molested. I feel like that all stems from that stuff, because most of the time people get molested when they're younger by people that's like confused about their own sexuality. You know what I'm saying? Which you can have whatever sexuality you want to, that's fine. But when you start, it's kind of like bullying straight people, because I feel like the LGBTQ people, whatever they do, I feel like they bullied their way over the straight people. Like, that's why all them books and all this crazy stuff came out, because it was like they were going through stuff, because not all of them, you know what I'm saying? Because there's some people who like respectful. Like, I love people that's respectful, because I'm gonna respect you first. I give anybody respect first. I don't care who you is, a crackhead on the street, a straight person. I don't care what you is, because you're not disrespecting me and my family. So it doesn't matter what you are.
You got to look at it like this, right? And it goes for a lot of things. Like, if the books you see in the school and things like that, like, whoever's doing that, they're not a high position. They're not like the average person. Like, you see somebody walking down the street, like, they don't know. They don't know what's up with them books. Like, they see it on Facebook and Instagram, like, what's up with these books that are in school? I don't even know if it's true, because I never saw them.
I don't believe everything I see on social media.
Yeah, it's like, I don't even know if half them books are really in the library. I seen something
on social media, though. It was like a drag queen or something dancing in front of some kids. Like, some kid, like, they was little. They were like
I seen that too.
Like, that right there is what really throws me up.
Past the line.
What? I think that's. I don't think that's
I'm gonna
okay.
be real. Like, we just got, instead of saying like, okay, that's like a trainee dancing, I would say I don't think anybody should be dancing in front of kids.
I don't think that you should be at a school. I don't
dancing. Period.
I don't care. No, to me it's different. If a man comes here with makeup and doing all this crazy stuff, you're confusing kids. To me.
No, it's different. But I'm just saying, either way, it shouldn't be happening. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It shouldn't be a man or a woman dancing. Right. You know, so it's like we gotta apply the same rules for everybody.
No, we definitely do.
When I was a kid, there was no woman or whatever coming to my school and twerking. Period. Especially in like elementary or even in high school, like a grown adult. You know what I'm saying? So we just have to we got to keep the rules just the same no matter what.
Yeah, it do. It can't abide for one side. I feel like that's why I say that's where the bullying comes from, because it's like, if a straight person going to a gay school dancing, they not going to be like, why are you doing that? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's going to be a victim role, but that's what I was saying earlier. Like, it's okay for one side, but it's not okay for the other side, like, to protect themselves. Like, no, you can't do that. Because at first, like I said, some people is cool. They're perfectly respectable. And it starts off with the respectable people, but then it's always that one person that talk doing crazy.
Too much,
it's niggas like you out here gay. First off, you're disrespecting people, because everybody's not the same person. You might deal with some dude that's secretly gay. I am not, though, so don't talk to me like I am. Don't talk to my kids or treat them like they is, because kids are different. You know what I'm saying? That's
kids.
If something happens to you over kids,
what that is. They don't understand. They're just like innocent people who don't understand what any of that stuff is.
Yeah.
And I feel like you just gotta allow a kid kid to grow up and be who they are.
Yeah, don't put. But I feel like it should be like let them live in like a natural order way first. Like don't tell them from young age. Oh yeah, this is. If you decide, don't even give them an option when they're younger. Until you get 18 or get into your own home. If you're paying bills, they should be treated as a person. Now I understand if a parent is, oh well, I'm this way. I want my kids to be like this too. Okay, that's your choice of your kids. That's perfectly fine.
Yeah, that's.
But
what
other
you
people shouldn't be able to.
It's
go
like we're just talking
else.
about what we personally believe. Like
Yeah,
this is how we believe it should be. Yeah. And I feel like it should be left alone, and that could be decided later. As it was. It was fine how it was watching you. I mean, I feel like there's nothing wrong with having like, you know, like movies and shows, whatever. Yeah. Equalness in the people.
Yeah, that's cool.
And
it's
I get
show.
that. You know,
I've done fake pranks like acting, what was it? It was an acting sus prank or something like that. But I'm not going super extreme though. That's the whole thing. At certain levels I'm not going to. I wish, honestly, I wouldn't even did that for real. You know what I'm saying? But that's the whole thing about social media. Like, if it's like, okay, this is what we're doing, this is trending, or this is going to be funny prank on my family, because they know, like, you're not about to play like that. So it's like, okay, I'm going to do a prank, but afterwards, like, I shouldn't even did a prank with them, because I don't want them thinking it's okay to just, I'm just being funny for y'all. No, because I don't want you, you know what I'm saying? I don't want you to think that I'm okay with you doing this. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, it's
just like, you got to think about the after effect.
When you have kids, it changes a lot of perspectives you're going to have.
It do, man.
In a lot of different ways. Not just with that, but just in a lot of ways.
No, I do.
But that goes on another question I have. So what would you say, well, actually this is on a different topic, but what would you say is the one of the most important things when it comes to like making a relationship last? What would be the number one most important thing?
I think the main thing for real, besides being on the same accord, you know what I'm saying, and communication really is underrated. Like people always say communication, but I do understand it now, because you need to communicate your emotions and situations with your partner. Like, you need to communicate everything for real. Like, what do you like and don't like? You know what I'm saying? And you need to be able to say sorry sometimes, because these go hand in hand for real. Taking a step back and looking at what you did wrong too, because it's not just them all the time. You know what I'm saying? Well, right. I ain't. Yeah, it's not y'all. It's two people. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. That's why communication is key. These go hand in hand. Step back, like, okay, well, I apologize about this. No matter if you apologize to yourself for being wrong, but taking a step back and not having pride. Because one thing about me and Ali relationship is, I don't have pride, you know what I'm saying? I got to deal with the rest of the world. So I don't want to argue with you and fight with you ever, you know what I'm saying? I got to fight and argue with the rest of the world. Mm-hmm. So y'all can be safe, you know what I'm saying? And respect it, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Not in a word like, yeah, fear me, respect me. It's like, show respect first, man. When we come, we bring good vibes, energy. We don't even want to change nobody's energy. We want you to have a good time and enjoy this day of being with us. Enjoy our time, you know what I'm saying? In a respectable manner. So communicating is like the biggest thing, you know what I'm saying? In any situation, whether it's financial, hey, I don't like when you bought this because you know we couldn't afford that. Communicate. Don't you be like, don't be a girl, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you the man in the house, don't be pouting about it like, no, because now you pouting, now y'all start arguing later, but you forgot you was pouting earlier. That's why I said apologizing to yourself and her like, dang, I did pout, so you can't be mad. It's cause and effect. If you slap me right now and I shoot you, but I slap you and you stab me, I don't know your reaction. So if I pout right now and you get mad later, I can't, and I'm thinking, what you acting like that for? You was just pouting like a girl earlier, bro. I watch you do it. And I talk to my brothers and my son, all them. If I see them doing something, realize what you just did. You know what I'm saying? Look at where it started from. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Pay attention. You started it. So you know what?
Take accountability.
Take accountability, bro, and communicate after that. You know what I'm saying? Communicate, period.
So communication, accountability go
communicating
hand in hand.
On a serious, deep level, though. Mm-hmm. Communicate everything. Don't think like, I'm mad about this, but don't keep just putting it under wraps. You need to communicate that, because maybe this is something that they can't fix, and now we just here for nothing, and maybe we shouldn't be together. So communication is key, because I don't know what you think. I don't see through your two eyes every day. I'm not in your body or your brain. So Every day you wake up, you might be stressing about something, but you couldn't talk to me because I don't talk to you. So that's just like everything is one accord. My problems is your problems. We got to figure them out together because we in the same house. If you stressed out about, I want to be, I don't know, you want to be in better shape, or you want to have more sex or less. I don't know what you want to do. Whatever you think, you need to tell me so I can say, okay, you're right. I want to do less too. I want to go to the gym more. I want a bigger car. I want to go on this trip. Like, understand what you're communicating, because if you might be thinking, how am I gonna afford this new car, or I'm thinking, how I'm gonna take her on this trip. We ain't even communicated. Oh, damn, we thinking about this. Let's focus on that first then, because I thought you wanted this. That's why communicating is key. Because it's like communication is everything. Because if it's not, you might be giving them something they're not asking for, but they're just going with it because y'all care about each other. So yes, communication.
Communication. And that's interesting because earlier on, we talked about how one of the main things is to be on the same accord. Mm-hmm. So the only way to be on the same accord is to communicate.
Exactly.
Deeply. Not just, what's up, how you doing?
You can't be scared.
Like you got a problem, address it, don't wait. A lot of people they don't want confrontation.
Yeah.
So you know what's crazy is the people who don't want confrontation end up dealing with it
they end up getting the worst conversation because it's like pressure. Up. Pressure busts pipes, right? Exactly. So now you implode. It's like they be talking about like the cashier at the store who just freak out and kill everybody. They're imploding because it's just so much building up they wasn't able to let it out. That's why people talk to strangers. You ever notice a stranger will come up and just talk to you about something so crazy, but you think they just talking, bro, they telling you the truth. They didn't have nobody to talk to, but they can trust you because you can't go tell nobody. So that's how your partner should feel. I can tell you because you're not going to tell nobody. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But like communication, right? But like with me and Allie, like she don't have to tell me everything in her group chat. If it's something spicy and she want to tell me, hey, guess what?
Yeah,
I really don't even care. She knows I don't care about girls. You be girls. I don't want to be a part of it.
Yeah, I don't want to know all that.
Unless it's something you need me for. Like, hey, mobile time,
advice,
okay, advice or something wrong. Yeah. Then you could talk. Yeah, but I don't want to be in your group chat. I'm not even about to pick your phone up and look at it. I don't care if it's 100. I'm not about to touch your phone unless you tell me to. Because I don't live like that. You know what I'm saying? If that's problems people have, what do I need to look for? I don't want to leave you. So I don't want to look through your phone. We can communicate. You tell me what's going on or don't tell me. And then whatever happens, that's just cause and effect. That's why with me, my communication is heavy. You know what I'm saying? So if you're doing something wrong, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm a brutal, honest person. So it's like, yeah, you gotta not like a pointing the finger, but it's like, yeah, you right. You gonna have to XYZ. You know what I'm saying? And it might come off harsh. And Addie wasn't used to that, but she used to it now. Like, well, people think you just too aggressive. It's not. I'm not aggressive. I'm just forward. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not about to sit here and tiptoe. Well, I think you put your finger in the peanut butter.
Well, I'm gonna tell you what it is.
No, I know you did. I watched you do it, and I'm gonna be honest with you. Hey, you not doing that no more. I don't care if it's a kid or their parent. Hey, don't do that no more because if it's in a household, it's a communication. You need to understand the communication here, straightforward.
Because she understands it, but like the way the world looks at it, and other people looking in, and the world has become like a little bit softer. Like, like genuine and real. Yeah, like what we consider genuine and real. A lot of like the young like teenagers right now, they don't really understand the same. No, they don't understand what genuine and real is.
Yeah, they don't
like to our definition.
Right, and since we've been through so much and it makes us stronger, they don't understand. Like, let me put it like basically like kids who get mad, like I'm sick of this or give up, or people that just like, you know what I'm saying, take stuff and they don't like the first sign of like pressure or something bad, they like kind of get scared and give up or get scared because they're not used to that. Like, you know what I'm saying, facing the diverse situations, but. Is it diverse or adversity? One of them words.
I mean, they could. Well, yeah, adversity. Because the thing is like, what the difference between people who are millionaires and really get into the money and people who are just trying to figure it out is the way you deal with adversity.
The way you deal with it, exactly.
A lot of people believe that like, oh, well, you got it. It was easy. It's like the reason why I got it, like, or anybody who got it, is because they kept going through the adversity. When stuff got hard and it was in their face, they're like, damn, I don't know if I can push through this. I'm going to give up. Yeah. Nah, those people who give up are always going to be just wishing they could do it. Exactly. They're going to be regretting. The people who are like, man, this shit's hard. But you know what? I'm going to push through it. And they keep looking forward. Right. It's like you just keep looking forward and you never look, you don't look to the left, you don't look right, you don't look back. You just look forward. You're like, I'm going to get to where I'm going. As long as you keep looking forward and you keep fighting, that's how you get there. But there's a lot of people, like all those people who don't succeed, that's the difference. Yeah. Is the ability to look forward and keep fighting. Just keep going and going and going. Keep one foot in front of the other. Like literally, like when people say keep one foot in front of the other, that literally explains how you build success, because they say success is a bunch of small steps.
Yeah, it's like bricks. Like you just keep building bricks, man. So you have more.
Right, because the pyramids are considered like one of the greatest things ever created, and it's a bunch of bricks stacked on top of each other.
That's it.
And that's what made the greatness, was those bricks. And those bricks can be perceived as every step you took towards greatness.
And guess what? The same thing with them bricks, same thing with a relationship. Every little argument, every little confession, everything you talk about, every little piece of trust is just always a part of the foundation. You know what I'm saying? Every time you said you was going to do something and didn't do it, that's taken away from the foundation. Every time you told your girlfriend, yeah, if somebody does this, if you're lying, you're going to be tested. Life's going to test everybody. So you got to be real with your girlfriend. You got to be real with, you just be real, period. Because then you cut back on a lot of like a lot of noise that's already out here. Like the world is noisy, right? Like it's like noisy, very noisy. You got the internet, you got people everywhere lying, internet. You know what I'm saying? It's just too much. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's not lying either, but you got so much stuff going on that you just add to everything else that's going on. So imagine being in a relationship with somebody, right? You got all this noise over here. Then you in the house with somebody that's just lying all the time or going through this and that. So now it's like, okay, I can't trust you in this. So now it's just like a complete mess. But imagine you got the whole world. Then you got a person right here. You're like, okay, we locked. I could trust you. You told me that you can provide for me. You did. You know what I'm saying? Now we can provide for each other because I can trust you to do what you need to do while I'm doing what I need to do. So it's not just a situation where you thinking, oh well, yeah, take care of that woman or take care of that man. We're a team. You know what I'm saying?
That's your partner in every way that you could think of.
It's your partner. You can trust them. When I say I'm gonna do this, you told me already. If you my wife and you say, yeah, I can box. Then I know if we get out here, you about to be out here with me. If you my wife and you tell me, hey, I'm not with that fighting stuff, I'm going to be out here trying to crash out by myself then and protect the family because you told me that. The same with your brother and anybody. That's why being real is so serious because if you my brother and you say, yeah, man, I can fight, then I take you to, hey, you want to go hang with me? But I take you to a boxing event for $1 million. I just took you somewhere where you shouldn't even be at. You know what I'm saying? So you got to be real with yourself. It's like if you meet a stranger. Yeah, man, I could build houses, but you talking to what's the Tesla dude name? I can always
Elon Musk.
You talking to Elon Musk? Yeah, man, I'm so good with electronics. You talking to him, telling him that, and he like, hey, man, I'm gonna meet with you tomorrow. You just lied to that man and ruined the opportunity. That's why you got to be real.
You got to be real.
You got to be real.
I would say that one of the most important things about someone's character is being real. Like for me, for example, if I look at somebody, I don't judge people. But what I will, if I'm going to judge someone's character, it's going to be based on how real they are.
They actions.
Period. It's not about like what they got or you know how many followers, subscribers, none of that shit. I don't really judge people, but like if somebody's not being real, I can't fuck with them.
How do you know they're being real though?
That's a good question. I mean, I feel like I have a pretty good way to gauge it. Like when I'm around people, I can kind of feel the vibe. Like when someone's,
I know how I judge you. I was just asking.
Yeah. Like when people are talking to me, I can just tell right away. Yeah. And it's like the thing about me is like I don't try to act like I know everything and assume because sometimes you could be wrong. Definitely. So when I peep some shit, I'll be like, that shit ain't really making sense to me. You know what I mean? Like I don't feel that, and then I'll test it if I care. If it's like someone I don't know and someone's trying to come around like and I peep some shit, I'm like, man, I'm gonna just.
It's just funny. You know, I like that you said that. Someone, if I care,
yeah, if
like,
I
some
care,
people come around online, you be like, this boy lying. Like
I don't even bother.
Care though. But it's like, dang.
Right. I don't care to test them because they ain't important enough to me. Like it's not worth it to me. But if I do care enough to, I will test them.
Right.
Naturally. And once I catch them in the fake shit, I'll be like, all right, you good. Like I ain't gonna beef with you. I mean, unless it goes to that point. But but before it goes to that point, I like to just be like, I see what it is. I peeped it because you get to a point in life, you're like, I don't really want to deal with that shit.
Yeah, man.
I just ain't got time for that. Exactly. So I'm gonna go my way. You do your thing, and we're not gonna continue that shit. You know what I mean? That's how I deal. That's how I peep and how I deal with it. But what about you? How do you peep the fake shit? Or how do you peep if someone's real or if they're fake?
It's only the main way to me is based off somebody's actions. You know what I'm saying? And how they justify their actions. Because it's like you got the the reason you did it. Like when you say your actions, but I don't know. It's kind of like because it's so easy for people to be fake, but you're gonna need to be around them enough to find out if they're fake. You know what I'm saying? Like because somebody can fake a certain character for so long, but then your natural like reaction and stuff and the way you really are gonna come out. That's why, like I was saying earlier about, hey, yeah, I'm not scared of dogs, but then we go over to somebody else that got dogs and I'm gonna just stay out here.
So you said you weren't scared of dogs. That's just an example.
Sense, yeah. It's just an example of, I'm from the streets. Then we go to the hood. You're like, I'm not about to. Are you going in here? Like, yeah. Like, are you? You know what I'm saying? Or hey, because it's like it's a lot of people who want to be hood. That's like not even born in a hood or like didn't go through no struggle. Like I went through this. Everybody went through something for sure. But some people want a story that's like, why do you want that? Why do you want to be hood? Why do you want to be that? Like, it's okay to be who you are. That's what makes everybody so unique because we all different. You know what I'm saying? But I judge based off how much people lie and just the way they carry themselves. Like if you care too much what people think about you, like, I'm going to already think you fake. Because why do you care to make people think of you a certain way? Because then that's going to make me think you're not real. Because I'm happy with who I am. I don't care to make you think who I am, make you think. I don't even care. Whoever you think I am, that's who I want you to portray me as, so I can know that. You know what I'm saying? So I kind of base off that, their actions and how they act. Like, you just get you like how you act. You know, you just the way you treat people. You know what I'm saying? All plays a role. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like somebody with money, like, see this little lame dude talking to me, like, why are you treating him like that? You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna know that's not real to me. You know what I'm saying? Real is, what's up, bro? Yeah, respect. Hey, you gonna be big. You know what I'm saying? Showing respect and putting out good energy to people. You know what I'm saying? Spreading love and just appreciating life. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like everybody has their own definition of real. Because what you just said is you said that you feel like that's not real, but some people might say that is real.
Wait, what's real?
Like, like disrespecting somebody or saying like just being blunt with people. You know what I'm saying?
I'm not saying being blunt. I'm saying disrespecting people. Like, ignorant is kind of like the stuff like.
But I'm just saying some people be like, oh, that was real. And you be like, what? That wasn't real.
That was kind of like.
That shit really wasn't real.
Because like, say if somebody walk up to you, hey, what's up, man? I like your outfit. Man, get your lame ass away from me. That's.
But see, it shows the character that you have. You know what I'm saying? That's your definition. Because I feel like everybody has their definition of what real is. Some people were like, real is, oh, I'm out here in the streets getting money. That's
money,
real.
I put my niggas on, give my niggas money.
Real? Is that, I'm out here scamming. Is that real?
I don't think nothing wrong. I don't like scamming and stuff like that. I don't think that's not being real. I think
I'm just saying, like, but their definition, like, that's I'm getting money scamming. They said this is what makes me real. I'm
if
like,
you're
what
not
makes
scamming
you
like nobody, like a person personally, and it's like some insured type stuff, like. Because everybody is scamming everything, I feel like. You know what I'm saying? So, if you're not like, oh, let me trick this old lady. Hey, you want me to carry your bags in? But then you run off with their bags. That's like, you know what I'm saying? You just, like, a scam like, oh, I'm going to get some money from the bank. The bank already scamming everybody. So, I don't care about that. You are real. Do your thing. I don't care.
Facts.
Now, if you scam somebody and, hey, you know what I'm saying? I got this business and you haven't paid you and you didn't really do it. You just hurt a person personally. But banks and stuff like that is insured. They get money from everywhere, and they are really in debt already anyway. So it's like, where's the scam? We're all getting scammed. You know what I'm saying? We're all already getting scammed.
No,
we
definitely are.
You want me to show you how we getting scammed too? And it just came across my brain right now. We're all getting scammed because guess what? We're all down here paying bills, and what? Somebody already paid the ultimate price for all of us, right? If this is true, because everybody got different beliefs. I don't want to shit on nobody's belief, but if God already died for our sins, why are we down here paying all these bills and paying and going through all this and doing this? Somebody paid the ultimate price.
Because who owns Earth?
Nobody.
Like, just because these people claimed and said this is my land, but do you really own this land? Like, I gotta buy my house.
That's the biggest scam.
It's the biggest scam.
Bro,
there's so many scams. Like the government, health insurance, life insurance. Like, there's so many. Everything's a scam, bro.
I'm alive. What are you
taxes?
Charging me? Yeah, it's all a scam. I've never seen the IRS. I've seen the logo. I've never seen the IRS.
I never pulled up. There's IRS.
Like, not a person who get hired. Who do you work for? Where did you even come from?
It don't be on the corner, like, in no place.
Not. Yeah, where are y'all located? Over, behind the.
Right. You never seen
it's
it.
Not adding up. I've never. Where's y'all at? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we all getting scammed, bro. So
right.
Like, everything is a scam.
Back
so
to
you're
what
not
you
really
were saying about the being real. It's like a lot of people will know, and you got to be real with yourself. You got to respect yourself, because a lot of people will peep that someone's being fake, and somehow, some way, they overlook it. They're like, I knew you was on some fake shit. They seen the red flag and they ignore the red flag, and they're just like, oh, you know what I mean? Maybe it was just at one time. And that's the thing. You have to, and that's what I learned from life. It's like, when I see it, I handle it.
How you treat people is how you treat people, bro. It's just like females. They will ignore a sign to get what they want. If a girl sit in a car with me, I'm in a Lamborghini, somebody walk up, hey man, how you doing? Man, get your dumb ass away from me. She gonna be like, she might think that's real. Like, yeah, you dog that nigga. Like, I ain't about to be dogging a homeless person. I'm not dogging people. I'm not doing that. You know what I'm saying? That don't make you tough or real. It's like, hey, man, you know what I'm saying? Because think about it. It's two ways. It's a million ways to handle any situation. Hey, man, can I clean your windshield? Get your dirty ass away from my car. You don't have to do that. You don't have to degrade this person. Hey, man, you think I can clean windshield? Hey, man, look, I don't need it done, man. You know what I'm saying? I respect what you're doing, but I don't need it done. That's fine. It just takes 2 seconds to say the same thing. So why would you choose to disrespect somebody over? That's not real to me. I don't care who it is. I don't care if I'm in a car with a little baby or fucking Beyonce. If I pull up and y'all pulling up on people and doing this what y'all doing, I'm not even gonna stand them for this, bro. Because this ain't the type of person I am. Not just to be around no money, not just to get no money or nothing. You know what I'm saying? I don't live like that.
I will tell you, stay that way, bro.
Always.
Because a lot of people like get to the M's, the B's, and you know what I'm saying? They change. You know, I feel like I always say that way. It's important, bro, because a lot of people get money, they switch up and they start treating people like not everybody.
Not
A lot of people do, and it's like I'd be like, bro, like people are people. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no reason to ever. I feel like I'll help anybody I can. You know, I try not to help. You can't do too much, but I'll do what I can, even if it's just a kind gesture, or kind words. I feel like it goes a long ways, and
words go a long way,
and it goes like it becomes part of your legacy. Like who you are, because like you getting your money, you doing what you do, that's cool. But how many people did you actually touch and help along the way, and actually help push them? You know, even if it wasn't giving them money, it was just giving them, and what you do, you encourage people, and you also teach people. You
been
teach
around,
people,
man. Since the time you've known me, I'm an open book, bro. I don't have to tell people stuff I figure out on my own. I don't have to,
but you find joy in it.
I enjoy it, bro. It's like, who did you help along the way? I didn't have to give it to you. I wanted to.
Yeah.
Man, when I came here today, what was I doing? Hey, bro, look what I learned. I haven't even told. It's just I like to learn stuff and tell people, because we all in this together, bro. We all trying to figure it out. Because if you learn something, guess what? If you are real, which this is what I find real, how I came to you, like, look, bro, I taught this and that. If you learn something, don't think, oh, I ain't telling nobody about this. You know what? I'm going to tell Rob, be a cool dude. I want you to want to tell me. Don't tell me because you think, oh, I told him he's going to tell you because you told me this, though. No, that's not real. Do it because you want to. That's being real. Doing what you want.
Right. Like, if you come to me and you say, hey, I'm going to teach this YouTube thing, no one in the back of your mind that I might tell you some shit. It's not about an intention. It's just because you want to teach me with no expectation.
You did what you wanted to do.
That's what makes it real. And it's fine. It's cool, though, because here's what happens. Like, I have no expectation. Like, I help this person out. I do something for them.
Yeah, I wanted to.
I wanted to do it. And because of that, they were able to do whatever, right? So I don't expect nothing. But at the same time, if I need something from them, I know I can ask them for it. I wasn't expecting it, but that's how people, like rich people, get rich. Is they help people. You know what I mean? They may not give you $1 million, but when you needed that signature to make that shit happen, you needed that advice on how to get through that door, they gave that to you. Or when you needed someone to name to say, like, oh, well, so-and-so sent me, they allowed you to do that. And now when you get through that door and you get up, and now they're like, hey, I'm trying to get through another door, and just so happens your boy's in front of that door. Now they let you through. So those people who try to gatekeep and they get in the way,
definitely. But
and they don't realize it in the moment. They're like, oh, you ain't gonna get up in this door. But then they realize that same person who you didn't let get in that door might be the person that you're gonna need to open the next door.
Exactly.
So once you get to that door and they're sitting in front of like, oh, I remember that one time.
You let me in that door.
Yeah, you ain't let me through that door.
I'm gonna let you in because I might not even stay in here that long. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
so
and that's how it be, and that's what the humble person who has that state of mind, the genuine person did. They still let you in that door.
Exactly,
and sometimes they get snanked. So both of them have their negative sides. Sometimes you gotta be that genuine humble dude to be like, you ain't getting through this door today.
Yeah, sometimes you gotta stand on business like, no,
depends on the situation.
You know what I'm saying? Because some people are not gonna learn. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Some people, you know what I'm saying? Some people only learn the hard way, and that's really true. I had to learn that the hard way because I've tried to help, like even with close family, like I keep doing helping. They keep giving you benefit of the doubt, but you keep showing me that no matter what, you're gonna keep being who you are. So I'm gonna stay away from you, and there's no hard feelings. I'm just not gonna talk to you, and I'm not gonna be around you. You know what I'm saying? And that's just a way for me to protect myself, you to protect yourself. I don't want us to get nowhere we ain't gotta be. But like even with the doors, like you said with the doors, because I've heard that before like that. You know what I'm saying? That's real shit. You don't know who you going to need next.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It's real facts. It's just about how it's explained. Like, that's very relatable.
That's definitely relatable. Because like I might help you up. Now I need your help. But you just do it because you want to. You know what I'm saying? Because I got a friend here now, you know what I'm saying? One of my friends, he's younger than me, but I just seen how hungry he was. You know what I'm saying? He like, man, Rob, I want to do an apprenticeship. I want to learn this and that. And I'm like, no, bro, I don't even want to charge you for this and that because I know you and you. Well, I didn't really know him at all like that. I just knew he knew me a little bit, and he got a tattoo by me once. But he was just a young, hungry dude, and I always noticed, like, man, that's my dude, man. Like I could just tell this little dude hungry, and he had reached out like I want to do an apprenticeship, and I'm like, man, I don't really do stuff like that because I don't feel comfortable taking people money to teach you. And he just like, no, man, I'm telling you, I just want to invest in myself and this and that. And I'm like, damn, he really on it. And I'm like, I do it. You know what I'm saying? But I wasn't even gonna charge him. But he was so eager to give me the money, like, you know, bro, because it's like, business is business, you know what I'm saying? Like, you didn't have to take your time and do this. But when he came at the time, we ended up doing a lot of stuff. Like, we ended up doing a lot of stuff, you know what I'm saying? I ended up sitting him down, teaching him so much stuff I knew about YouTube, like how I met couples and how I came about, which we genuinely met people because of being who we was, being honest and being open. Like, we don't have to lie to you. This is what we do. This is who we is.
And you know how to speak when you meet people.
Because I'm not lying. You know what I'm saying? When I speak, what's up, bro? I'm Rob. You know what I'm saying? This Allie. I'm not about to sit here, man, what up? Yeah, you know who I am, bro.
Yeah,
I'm not about to play this role, bro.
yeah.
I know who I am and what I'm capable of and not capable of. I'm not the best looking dude in the world. I'm not going to be the strongest, the richest, none of that. So I don't have to play no role. You know what I'm saying?
Just
That's
be
why
yourself.
it's so easy. Yeah, that's why I get along so good with these people I meet. But when I met him, you know what I'm saying, I taught him so much, but now he actually live in Houston. You know what I'm saying? He live in Houston, we got a shop together and everything. Like, you know what I'm saying? I had a little spot. I'm like, man, you can come here till you get on your feet. I just love that shit though. You know what I'm saying? And I've never just like thrown like, yeah, nigga, I help you. I wouldn't even think like that. You know what I'm saying? I just feel so good just seeing him being like, I just love seeing it. You know what I'm saying? Like when I teach my son something, I love to see him apply it. I love to see people apply stuff because maybe you can do it better or bigger than me. I just love seeing that. You know what I'm saying? I've never been a person who, I got to do it the best. I do want to be the best at stuff I do, but I still want to see other people have a chance because everybody don't get a chance, and that's hard. And like that, you got to really grasp that concept. Everybody don't get a chance. A lot of people is very talented, more than some of these people who just, you know what I'm saying, who big up.
They never get the chance.
Never get the chance, bro.
Some of the best songs are just sitting in someone's computer somewhere in the basement.
Someone's computer, bro. But yeah, I just wanted to say that about that.
No, I agree, and I know who you're talking about, and I'll say he does have a lot of drive. He was, and
I just cover all the bases we kind of talk about being real, being who you is. He just showed me like, man, this me, because you know what I'm saying. That's my little bro, but I didn't even know him, bro. He got a tattoo.
I actually didn't know that. I figured y'all did based on the vibe.
We got so close just off him. I want to do YouTube. I want to do this and that. And I'm like, bro, you can do it. You can be big. Just coaching him and talking to him. He was just like, man, I just still want to give you something because I'm like, when you come down here, don't get the Airbnb. You can stay at our house. We had a guest room. You can stay here, bro. So we getting up in the morning. If you see me getting up at 6, follow suit, bro. Don't be sitting around playing the game and doing dumb stuff. He get up. What up? I'm ready. Let's do some content. Let's look. Let me show you how to analyze and what to look for and what to look at because you can probably do better than me. You know what I'm saying? And it's not like I want a handout. I just want to see somebody be great. I love to see I had a hand in that. Now I can understand in movies or when people say like, man, I helped them. It feel good still. Like you're not even mad about it. Like, man, I love to see people doing good, bro. Because I'm gonna do me still.
Like you chose a person that made sense. Because sometimes we'll help people, we'll give them all the game, and then they don't want to run with it. Like there's so many times in my life, like, you know, in music, you know, I've dealt that a lot with music, helping artists, trying to teach them the game, because I like to do the same thing. I've been burnt so many times, bro. So it's like when you find someone who feels like, hey, they come to you, they need help, you see it in them, you help them, you give them a shot. As long as they keep doing it, as long as they keep pushing,
they keep trying,
bro. Because like what I hate to do is like do that, spend, because we busy people, like spend our time trying to help somebody, and they don't soak it up. They're just like, or they don't use it. They soak it up, they don't use it. It's like, look, I'm gonna spend my time to teach you, but use it. Like every time you come to me and you say, hey man, you should do this in your thumbnails, I'm gonna do it. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna apply that shit. I'm not stupid, but you know,
tell you, bro.
But there's a lot of people who you will teach them that shit. And then it's like after so many times, like, look, bro, I just don't got time. You know what I mean? Like if you're gonna take what I'm saying and do something with it, I want to see you win. But if you're gonna do nothing with it, I'm not gonna keep telling you 50 times about how to do it, and then you don't do it. It's like, bro. So it's like when you find the right person, which I feel like you did,
it just feels good, bro.
It's the right thing to do, bro. And a lot of people don't do it.
Yeah. And then when you got kids, it's like, dang, I could do it with this person. I could do it with my kids. And
exactly. And that goes to my next question. So what kind of content do you feel like you prefer to do? Do you feel like doing couples content, or would you prefer to do family content?
I think I'm kind of diverse in the content. I just like entertaining people, man. Like making people laugh, make them feel just like kind of, I just like them to just not embrace. I like them to like experience, you know what I'm saying, different emotions and just feel like movies, because I grew up on movies, you know what I'm saying? A lot of time me and my brother would sit up and watch movies, America's Most Wanted. It just the emotion you experience, like, dang, being scared or laughing or like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I just like people to experience emotions, bro, when they watch our videos. That's really my main thing. I like for them to get an experience. Like, that's why I like to capture certain angles. Like, even when we work together, I like to capture certain stuff because my brain is big, you know what I'm saying? Like, our videos haven't really, I feel like personally, went how they were they supposed to. But I know it's great content because I see the content that's out, and that goes back to you don't always get a chance, because we've had videos go viral and went crazy and had big months, but it's like YouTube is kind of like back and forth. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just sticking to my goal, which is giving people the experience. Just like I've listened to Mr. Beast, a lot of his interviews. I've literally sitting here and dissected so much content and analytics and videos of people talking about like the stuff that's the best. And based off the views and view durations and everything, I kind of like literally digested it, which I'm sure you probably have too.
For sure. Mr. Beast is definitely the one to study.
And he said his goal is to promote the best content possible. You know what I'm saying? So my goal is to just get that emotional attachment, that emotional like experience. I want them to get that, because once you get that, you're gonna give it to somebody else, like, hey, this was good, bro. I liked this. You know what I'm saying? Just connect with our people. I just like that. So
for sure,
I'm never gonna give up. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, I know it's up and down. We've had huge months on the smaller channel, huge months on the bigger channel. So YouTube is like an algorithm. Sometimes we try new things that it's so copycat, like with social media. Like a lot of people want the copycat stuff, like or algorithm wants you to do that. So it's like, okay, I can put you over here. But when you got stuff in you that you want to get out, I don't care about all the time about getting just a certain amount of views. I want to get out what I want to get out, so I can reach the people I need to, so they can put me in the right area where I need to be at. Like, hey, this was, you know what I'm saying? So then my algorithm would be correct, so I'm not forced to make content I don't want to.
Because like as a content creator, there's two sides to it. Even if you make music, whatever it is, there's two sides to it. There's, I want to do what I want to do, like what I like, and I want to do what they like. You know what I'm saying?
That's hard.
And it's hard to find a balance, because like what you want. And that's what I love about this podcast. You know what I mean? Especially when this shit blows up. I love doing this shit. So so I love to do it, and I want, you know what I mean? So it's like, that's what I'm going for with this. But like when it comes to like doing like entertainment, comedy type shit or whatever, like you want to do what you want to do, and then, but what they want to do, what they want to view is what ultimately brings the views. Yeah. So it's like finding that balance. You know, I feel like that's probably the struggle of all content creators, is trying to find that balance of creating what they want and then making sure that that's what people want to view at the same time.
Yeah, because they have to want to see this stuff. You know what I'm saying? But
we're not doing it for fun.
But it's the audience for everything, though.
Yeah,
like social media
sure.
has an audience for everything. Because we do skits, we do pranks, blogs, challenges, we do everything.
Right.
And actually, for real, in my notes, if you look in my notes, my podcast, my initial starting of my podcast that I was talking about was in 2021. Because when we first got here, like, we've had relationships with a lot of YouTube couples, like way bigger YouTube couples, right? But we always give advice because our relationship was good, like a good balance. You know what I'm saying? So even with some content creators that had good relationship balance, they still ask us like, so how y'all feel about this? How you like that? Because like they just, question, because we just like, we always just chill. We not just, you never see us in no messy stuff or just going crazy and drama, unless somebody's trying hard to try some stuff. And of course I'm gonna speak up. Because,
well, being around y'all, like, you can just tell y'all have a very solid relationship. Yeah. It's not really a question, like, it's a vibe, like we talked about earlier. Like, you can tell it's a genuine. You definitely, it's a good relationship, strong relationship. So anybody can see that.
Right.
So that's why they do. Even people, even I ask questions in the interview, because I feel like you were a valuable person to speak on it.
Yeah, for sure, bro. Yeah. I respect that. But yeah, we've given even people who got like a lot of stuff going advice. And it's like, I've met some good couples, like, you know what I'm saying? I've met couples who had a lot of drama type stuff going on, and I'm trying to give them advice like, look, this isn't perfect, but maybe you can try this, you know what I'm saying? Or content creators who was just had a great relationship. I could tell, like, y'all got a good relationship. Y'all might go through little stuff, but y'all in a good space, you know what I'm saying? And stay away from people. Like, you know what I'm saying? Some people don't even like to be around people, and I can see why. Stay away from people. I like that, you know what I'm saying? That's a good way to be, because when it comes to social media, it's different. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's based off like clout. Some people, the people who are successful, don't really care about that all the time. So it's based kind of like clout, you know what I'm saying? But them really kind of like the people who didn't really grow up how I grew up. Like, I didn't grow up off clout. I grew up off of the work I put in. That's how I ended up getting my name, how I got to where I was at. Not like no street lord, but like, I earned all my stripes. You know what I'm saying? I've never been no coward. I've never been no pushover. That's why I will go and say anything, because I'm not a coward. You know what I'm saying? I don't play this tough guy role, but if anybody push me to an extent, then they're going to see like, okay, well, I really don't play like that. You know what I'm saying? Because I gave you respect first. So once I get to that point, you pushed me here. So don't get mad at what I do after. You know what I'm saying? So that's why it's just, like I said, so easy to be real. It's just, everything is just so easy because I'm for peace and respect. Like, that's my main goal when it comes to people. Like, hey, man, let's just enjoy each other's company, bro. Like, we don't have to be arguing. You don't have to be disrespecting and talking about them. And we can talk about stuff. That's fine. But let's not go too deep into negative energy, because it's sticky. You know what I mean? So
negative energy is contagious. So if me and you, for example, if me and you are here having this conversation, someone walked in that door right there with some negative energy, this interview would immediately, or this podcast episode would immediately change. Or we would be sitting there like, damn, what are we saying? Like, I only want to finish this conversation. That's the power of negative energy. Like, when you got something positive going on and everything's moving good, and then that negative comes in, and the crazy thing is there's so much negativity. Like, if you were going to look at a scale, negative, positive, there's more negativity than positivity. So that's why it overpowers. I'm not going to say that negativity is stronger than positivity. I'm going to say it's more abundant.
But if it do, though, the thing about negative energy, if it do beat the positive, it's bad, because it'd be like, dang, like, because now you stuck in a negative space. Like, I don't want to be like this. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't know. Like, when you in a great mood and somebody just come down, you're like, dang.
It's a horrible feeling.
You know what I'm saying? You through that because you can't do nothing until you get them to. They gotta kind of like channel it because they like that's when people say they control you, they can make you mad. That's really right because now you need them to fix it. You know what I'm saying? But that goes back to balancing relationships too. If this person can always get you mad, like your relationship have no balance.
Right.
Your relationship should be. You can't even make me mad for real. I don't care about arguing. That's why I feel like me and Ali have a balance. She can have attitude, man. I don't care about you having attitude. We're doing this is what we gotta do today. I want you to be the same way with me. Don't be. You ain't gotta be scared of me. I would never do nothing to you. I would never touch you. It don't matter if you see me strangle 3 dudes today. I would never hit you. You're a woman. You're my woman. You're my female. We're together. I'm your man. You should be able to ask me anything. If I'm not getting up, slap me with some water. I don't care what I'm doing. If you think I'm gonna get mad, it don't matter. Do it anyway. I'm telling you to do it because we need to have this mutual like level of everything. Respect, the way we treat each other. I want you to be great. That's why I smacked you with water. I want you to be great. That's why I threw crickets on you. I don't care what it is. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna understand that. I was because like I said earlier, when I think back, dang, why did she throw crickets on me? Oh, I was laying there on my phone for 20 minutes. You should have threw crickets on me. You should have threw gasoline on me. Get up. You know what I'm saying? So
y'all motivate each other. And I feel like a lot of relationships, that's important. If you're in a relationship with somebody and one of them is way more motivated than the other, and you're trying to push the other one, and they're just like, that's dead. Like the only, back to like even though communication is definitely the number one thing when it comes to making a relationship great and last, I would say to like what makes a relationship a good relationship from the beginning would be that you got to motivate each other. If you're not pushing each other to be greater, and then there's nothing. The foundation can't build.
Yeah, or it's just if you don't agree the same thing. If you agree, like, okay, we're gonna be living a basic level, that's fine.
Yeah,
it's just if you like I said, if you admit and be honest and talk about what you want, that's fine.
That's
gonna know.
Facts.
So if we don't want to go too far, we just want to make a couple of dollars, we want to live our life, get our 1-2. You know, have a beer here and there. That's fine if that's what we'd agree on.
So if 2 people are like happy with going and waking up every day at 7 a.m., going to work, working their 8-hour shift, coming home, that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that.
That's the same as being a millionaire
because you guys are on the same accord. Right?
Yeah, exactly.
So that's that you can be very happy in this. There's nothing wrong with that. But I'm saying if you're a person who's motivated,
right,
and you're trying to be greater, and your significant other, you try to motivate them.
They want to just get by,
and they just want to keep. They want to. It's not going to work.
Yeah, you're gonna crash. You're gonna argue a lot.
Exactly. That's the source of the argument. Because you can't be in the same accord ever. No. Because I'm trying to do this and you're cool with that, and that just ain't cool with me. So when I'm trying to do this, you got a problem. I gotta go. Oh, well, you know, they don't want you to go do what you need to do because they're sitting at home doing nothing. It's like, hey, but this is how I'm trying to. If I don't go do this, we're gonna keep doing this. Like, you gotta be on the same accord.
And that goes exactly back to what I said about the crickets and throwing. I don't care if they throw a bunch of dude turds on you. It doesn't matter. It all, like you said, it's about being on the same accord, and it's about this covers all that. For it's like negative energy, being on the same accord, right? Mm-hmm. If I'm laying in the bed, you come throw crickets on me, right? Whatever, you throw fire on me. It doesn't matter what it is, and I get mad, right? Now this is going to create negative energy, but you know why? This is where being on the same accord comes into play. It might create negative energy, but it's going to be controlled negative energy. You know why? Because I'm gonna think back to she had to do that. Because it was my fault for laying there. What if I wouldn't have laid there for 20 minutes just scrolling, looking at nothing? I ain't even brushed my teeth yet.
Right.
I would have been up. She wouldn't have did that. So I can't be mad at you. All right, let's go. I'm like, why you do that? Walk in the bathroom. Come on. All right, my bad, babe. Let's get it. That's how it should be because it was your fault. But we're a team. Exactly. So now, because guess what? If you don't get up, whose fault is it? Both are our fault. Because you're supposed to keep me on the same accord too.
So what you're saying is that negative energy is essential. You know how they got yin and yang? It's like the black and the white.
It can be created.
Because they both exist. And it's like if you both were positive and you both were like happy, you're like, oh, you want to lay there? Oh, okay, I'll lay here too. And then y'all lay there all day. Nothing gets accomplished.
Nothing gets accomplished.
So you both were just too happy with laying there, you know? One of them was on the yin yang. I don't know which one is yin and yang.
But the positive, the person laying there is the positive. And you know why? Yeah. Because they're having a good time.
Because they're happy with what they're doing. Right.
Now I got to dump a whole bucket of negative on you to get you to be positive.
Exactly. So because of the positive, the negative combining, as together, you got progress.
Yeah.
So it's like they have to exist, and that's where people get confused. They think negative is a horrible thing.
No,
we have to because
to
we put it like this: if I'm in a business relationship with somebody, like we're business partners, and you're just not doing your shit.
Yeah.
Like, I'm doing my shit, but you ain't doing your shit, and I'm just always positive. Like it's all good. Maybe tomorrow they'll do their shit, and then they just keep and the business fails because I never looked at the negative and said the negative side of me saying I need to cut ties with this person.
Exactly.
And if I had cut ties with them, I probably would have replaced them with someone who was on my same accord. So, but back to my next question, is there anything that you could go back and change about your life? Is there just that one thing that you can go back and be like, man, I wish I could just change that right now?
One thing about me, I don't regret nothing, man. Like, I don't have no regrets. You know what I'm saying? Everything was a learning experience, and it was just like you know what I'm saying? But sometimes, you know, it's going to be them times where you think like, damn, I wish that never happened. I wish I never gave these people that trust, or I wish I never. Because it's like, even when you meet people, they don't want to admit stuff like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's been times where I've dealt with people, but I've dealt with so many people, man. I've done so much people. And even just like times when I go through stuff like, dang, why I had to go through that. But it's just like a learning experience. I got to teach you this stuff and put this stuff in your life so you can know when you get to a certain degree how to handle stuff in people and what to look out for.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, I'm an open book. When I meet people, I'm trying to figure out I'm going to be honest with you because I want you to be honest with me. So if anything else changed, if you go out and you want to lie to the internet or whatever you want to do, I don't even care. I don't kiss you ass or trying to make people happy. I do what I'm doing what I'm doing. So when it comes to just being real, I just like, it's nothing, I don't know. I can't really think of nothing major I want to change, but it's just sometimes, I'm not going to say that though, because I don't feel bad for being real with people. So I can't even say, I wish I wasn't too real with some people.
Can't never feel bad about that.
I wish I could like try and, I'm not going to say that either. I'm not going to say I wish I could try and help certain people more because they was never going to change. With the amount of help that me and my brother have given certain family members and stuff, they was never going to change. It was just in their character and their story was written. That's what they was going to do regardless if you gave them $1 million or no dollars. So, I don't know. I mean, it's some stuff I could have did a little better, but maybe it could have led to different outcomes. Maybe I wouldn't have had a daughter if I did that. So, I don't have no regrets, bro. Like, personally.
And you know what? I'm going to tell you the power in that. If I ask someone that question and they say I have no regrets, it means that you love your life.
I do.
Because if you have, the more regrets that you have, the more you just don't like your life or you don't like yourself or the outcome.
You're going to create more stuff, though.
And it's like, nobody had a perfect life. I'm sure you went through shit where you were like, I'm sure that there's some shit that you could be like, man, I probably shouldn't have said this to my mom or I probably shouldn't have did that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But the thing is like, because of all the things we did, it made us who we are.
Exactly.
So I've made a lot of mistakes. I've done things I shouldn't have did, but I also don't have any regrets because I am who I am because of my mistakes.
Exactly.
Because of the times I did things wrong, it gave me the strength and it created the character I am.
Yeah,
but there's a lot of people who go around life regretting. And that's not good. You shouldn't regret.
No,
you have to accept yourself. You cannot judge yourself or be too hard on yourself. But look, I did that. I shouldn't have did that. But you know what? It is what it is. I'm here now.
Some people went through stuff that they probably regret. Like people that get like molested when they small. Some people don't recover. Like we be wanting them to recover and be strong. Like bro, everybody go through stuff, but it's just like people who don't get raised by their parents. Man, my dad didn't do this. That don't mean you should be a shitty dad. Like,
but you can't regret that because you didn't do it.
No, yeah, you can't.
So either one of those. So now, if I were to say there's anything you would change about your life, but like as far as regretting, no, I did say change. So yeah, like there's a lot of people.
There's nothing I would change or regret, bro.
Yeah,
like my dad didn't even raise me when I was a kid. Like he was around a little bit, but I wasn't there. I met my dad when I got grown, but once I got like my understanding was so deep, I feel like I was just always so smart and advanced in the brain. That's why everything I ever did always worked. It doesn't matter if it was tattooing, hustling. It doesn't matter what I was doing. YouTube, I always had some success in it because I understand the key elements to everything. But one thing about me, I don't hold on to old stuff. Like my dad didn't raise me, you know what I'm saying? But as a man, when I grew up and understand stuff, like my brain works so fast, and how I am now is like I just understand quick and get over stuff and like kind of like deal with it. Like you gotta live with it. So just looking at like I don't have nothing against none of my brothers or family, but it's like his side of the family, like the kids my dad raised, I'm a completely different person than them. like my drive, my hustle, the way I am, like my whole swag is different. You know what I'm saying? He raised them a certain way that he wouldn't have raised me. Like I had stuff I wanted, you know what I'm saying? He didn't really give them the life they wanted. Like I'm glad it helped me get like more hustle, more focus, more like understanding that you don't really need you don't have, like it's good to have your parents, but you don't really have to have your parents, like, and you can still be great, you know what I'm saying? So holding on to stuff don't really mean nothing. Like,
so
I
let
think
me
it
ask
helps
you this, like, what do you feel like, how do you feel like that affected you, not being raised by your dad? Do you feel like, if you could summarize it?
I think with me, I think I was one of the rare cases, but it's probably a lot of dudes like this out there, man. It just create a monster, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, not a monster, but it's like, it just make you hungry. Like, ooh, I can't wait to be there for my kids. Ooh, I can't wait to handle business. Not to shit on you, because, like, I still love my dad. You know what I'm saying? He's gone now. You know what I'm saying? Rest in peace, Pops. But you didn't raise me, so it's like, I don't have that super bond with you. So when you pass, it's like, damn, my dad passed. I'm not going to cry. He just recently died a couple years ago. Like, maybe, like, within like 2 years, probably. He died within the last 2 years, I think. But we didn't have that, like I said, it's nothing against like that, but we didn't have that, oh my God, my granny or my mom died or my brother, like we had that bond. So, you know what I'm saying? It took you time to even earn me to call you Pops and Dad, but it's like,
right.
I respected you though. Like, I'm glad you didn't raise me. You wasn't able to, because my mom was a motherfucker too, you know what I'm saying? So the stuff she was doing was all a part of it too. But it's like, as a man, my kids, I'm gonna find you. I'm gonna do what I gotta do to be a man. But my dad got like 28 kids, bro. Like, a lot of kids, bro. So I don't know, but back to what you asked, because I'm fragmenting. He didn't raise me, but the effect, I feel like it just made me great. You know what I'm saying? I realized, because I was around other great men. Like, as a man now, I think maybe he was helping another kid that needed it more than me. Because God know, okay, I created you this way. You gonna be good. Let me send him over here to help this kid that might kill themselves or something crazy. Or, that's going through a depression that needs somebody to talk to. Maybe he need him to spend time doing that. My dad was more so, he might have been, I don't know what he was. I really don't even care, honestly. But it didn't do nothing to me. I'm happy he didn't raise me, honestly. You know what I'm saying? Now I look at the ways of my brothers and sisters that he did raise. It's like my drive and my whole swag is like, when they see me, it's like, dang, Rob. You know what I'm saying? Like, but they know me and him was still like, hey, Pops, my dog. You feel me? But I'm glad he didn't raise me. It made me a great man. It made me want to be there for my kids. It made me able to teach them, like, you don't need me, but I'm here for you. You know what I'm saying? You great without me. My dad ain't raised me. I tell them, my dad ain't raised me. I'm a great man. You see that? I know I'm a great man. That's what feels so good about being real and all the stuff we talk about. I know I'm a great man. You know what I'm saying? So I could teach my kids you don't need me and all that. So I just think it was, in my case, it was a good thing, because I didn't want to have the swag and the way they life is. There's nothing wrong with it, but I don't want to be them. So I'm glad that I was raising me and I made my decisions. Period. It helped me be a better father and person.
So you as a person found a way to make it into a positive thing, and it's like, but I respect that, because some people being raised by one parent could have an effect on them. Like me personally, like I was raised by both my parents, but my parents were like on drugs, wilding out. I mean, and so there was a lot of really bad experience I had with my dad's, abuse, physical abuse, beating and all that stuff, like just extra, emotional abuse. So, I feel like that affected me. The way I took it was, it made me stronger. Like, I don't want to treat my kids that way. I don't want to cuss at my kids. I don't want to scream at them. I don't want to mistreat them. So I learned from it, like, you know what? They made me a better person too in the long run, because I learned what not to do. So I feel like that kind of related to what you said, because you said you want to be there for your kids. Yeah, like, definitely. It's a point. You have a point to prove.
Definitely, yeah. It just made me want to just show them, like, it's two sides, you know what I'm saying? Even like I show them stuff from the hood. Like, I show them family members. Okay, do you see how this uncle or this cousin is living? Do you want to be like that? Because you can. You can do what you want to do. You know what I'm saying? You have freedom to do what you want to do in your life. But I'm just showing you, if you do this, this is the outcome. Just like my daughter. I'm an honest man, man. When my daughter get of age and I teach her, look, daughter, I love you to death, but I'm not going to be telling you what to do. I'm going to just tell you what's going to happen if you do it. You want to go to school and be a thotty? You're going to be looking like a thought in school. That's going to be you. I'm not going to be a thought. I'm going to be at home with your mom. You feel me? If you want to go to school and be, you know what I'm saying, smart, you're going to be labeled as a smart girl. You want to go to school and, dang, she got good grades and had a good time. You can do both. You don't have to go to school and get distracted. You can do both. You can do whatever you want to. But just know you're going to live with the consequences. The same thing I tell my kids. You want to not do this? That's going to be on you. If that's what you want to do, that's fine. I'm here to guide you. You know what I mean? So it just... Right. It's just good to be able to be on both sides, you know what I'm saying? I do appreciate that, you know what I'm saying, that I did go through that, because I took it as a positive. So it makes me take everything like that.
Right. I respect that. I definitely respect that. So I got a question on a different subject. So
I wanted to ask you too before I forget.
Go ahead.
You said you got whoopings. You got whoopings before, right? Unnecessary beatings.
For sure.
So that's one thing about me too. I don't really whoop my kids. I don't like hitting them. I don't want to make you fear me or nothing. It's about respect. Like, 'cause my son, Lil Rob, he's 14. He hate when I sit and talk to him like this. Look, son, you know why XYZ? I'd rather just get a whooping. No, you ain't getting no whooping. I'm going to talk to you because I want you to think about this when you get older. You're going to think back like, dang, my dad really was saying this. I told you. So then you can go live with it, and this stuff could be in your mental. I don't need to
come at it from more of an intellectual standpoint.
Think about it. When our parents were whooping us, when it's time to make a decision, now what we thinking about? A whooping, right? No, motherfucker. I want you to think about something I said to you so you can, let me think smarter now. Yeah. Okay, do I really want to drink, or is this a bad environment? Because if I do get drink, who the fuck can I trust to take care of me? Nobody in here. Nobody's responsible. Yeah. Oh, damn, so I probably shouldn't drink. Now, if I drink, I'm going to get a whooping. That's the stupidest solution in your brain. Because everything is subconscious behavior. If I whoop you every time you do something wrong, all you're going to think about is a whooping, not a solution or a thought. How you going to think? Right. Even though I got whoopings, I went to the room and laughed. With me and my brothers, man, that didn't even hurt. It's funny, but it never hurt me. I don't
see, for me, the difference between whoopings of me would be like, come home from the bar, completely trash, beat my ass.
See, you was getting beaten. That was abuse.
Yeah, not whoopings, but beatings type shit. You know what I mean? So that shit had me fucked up.
Yeah, for real, but that's your mental.
Still, to this day.
No, for real, because then you think like, why would, because you have kids now. So now you could think, how could you comfortably do that to your kids?
Right. Like, I don't like whoopings either because I don't want to go too far.
Whoopings?
I don't want to like, there's a whooping and there's like, I'm hitting you way harder than you should get hit because
you're going through something.
Exactly. And that's the difference. I feel that's the difference.
We went through that. I think like,
I mean, everybody went through it, but it was just like, my shit was just. I mean,
not everybody. Everybody didn't get whooped.
No, not everybody went through like necessarily what I went through, but everybody went through some sort of like, that was too much. Most people.
A lot of parents didn't know how to. When you was them parents like doing drugs and partying too much and not really. Did you do your homework? Let me see your grades. My mom wasn't asked on them questions, which my mom probably did her best. I love my mom to death. You feel me? But you didn't really know how to fully parent. You was too busy running and doing what you was doing. That's why when we came home and we was evicted, didn't know we moving every single month. You complaining about every landlord. Now I'm an adult. Oh, it was you didn't want to pay your bills. You know what I'm saying? I'm a realist. Because even when we pay your bills, you still find ways to complain and not want to do stuff. So I'm just realizing it was you all these years. You know what I'm saying? Even once I got older and started seeing it like, come over here. I need you to beat somebody up and I know my mama crazy. Go ahead on about your business. You know what I'm saying? Because there's been time where I did pull up and crash out. You know what I'm saying? I can remember one time I got into it with somebody. I got so much crazy stories, bro. You wouldn't even believe it because of how I am. But that's how I can understand somebody who's so calm. Like, this dude might be crazy. You feel me? He might really be on some crazy because when you go through so much stuff, like with growing up, getting beat, beating on people, getting shot, shooting at people, like all that crazy stuff, bro, it kind of just... It balances over time, or it don't. It's two ways. Either it balances or it don't.
Right. For me, luckily, it balanced. And I will say the thing that made it balance probably was getting with Leia. Because before I was with her, I was a lot wilder. On some crazy shit.
Yeah,
I needed something to calm me down because of the shit I've been through. So that's why it's important, like, how you teach your kids, how you treat your kids. Because, like, if you make them feel like nobody cares about them, and then they're going to look for that somewhere else outside.
And they're not going to care about themselves. And they're not even going to know it.
Right, exactly. So, like, back to the beginning of the conversation, we talked about, like, why would I drink or smoke, or smoke specifically?
I just want to stay sober.
Yeah, but me personally, like, I went through living life, my childhood, feeling like no one cared about me.
Exactly.
Because my parents didn't care about me. I mean, they cared about me, but they just didn't show it in the way because they weren't right. And my mom passed away. I don't want to speak bad about her. She was a great person, but the way their relationship was and what was going on,
it affected you.
It affected me, and I was there seeing it, and I felt like no one cared about me. So, and I didn't have no family. I was living in Florida, no aunts, no uncles, no nothing. Well, no, I had a couple aunts, but like not much, like barely any family. So that's all I knew was my parents. So I feel like that definitely had a big effect on me. So I feel like that's what made me want to be a good parent.
No, for real, bro.
Because I'm like, I went through such a time. I was like, I don't never want you to feel that way.
Yeah,
you know, for sure.
Yeah, it's crazy though. And then it's like even speaking on kids and hearing about all the stuff that be going on, like all the stuff that they make up, conspiracies. I don't know if it's real or fake, but even with like that Pizzagate stuff, all that crazy stuff, I don't know what that stuff is, but I just would never understand how can you do certain stuff to a child. Period. I don't want to hit kids. I don't want to be yelling at you. I just want you to kind of like make smart decisions. You know what I'm saying? If you is gonna do something, understand, is it really worth it? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. I just can't do certain stuff to my kids. So when I think back on stuff that was done to me as a kid, which I was never molested or nothing crazy, but the way I grew up, nobody was watching me. Like, there's no way I was a teenager going to gamble houses. There's no way I was a teenager having time to sell drugs and do this stuff, which I'm glad I did, honestly, because I had to provide for myself. And then I had brothers and stuff, you know what I'm saying? So I had to figure it out. So, but even just thinking about when I stopped hustling, bro, like my brother texted me this one time when I first moved to Texas. I'll never forget this. This changed me even more. He was like, Dan, I'll never forget that day you came and you just said, I'm done. When I was done, I gave away my scale. I probably had like a QP allowed. I had like some soft, whatever you want to call it. I had some stuff and I just said, I'm done.
What made you stop?
I just was done, bro. Somebody had broke into my spot. They didn't even find everything. I just was done, bro. I was just tired of just all the stuff. I just was tired of it. You know what I'm saying? I had a couple dollars put up. I had some cars and spots. I just was done, bro. I'm like, I'm just done with it, bro. You feel me? And I was just like, I'm about to find something else to do. End up getting a job. Then I found tattooing. I just had to, bro. I had to for my safety and for my kids' safety. Lil Rob was my only child at the time.
Yeah, I was hustling from the age of 14 all the way up to like 22, 23.
Yeah.
And that's all I knew. You know, I was working jobs, but I was hustling. But I stopped because shit got too real. People were losing their life. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was getting real, and I had to get out of it. You know, and I feel like I do respect what you said, because I could have gotten out before it got that real.
Yeah.
Before I could have easily been in prison. Before people had to die over the money. I realized that, damn, I could have already stepped out. I had money. I had hundreds of thousands just off the drugs. I could have walked away, but I wanted more.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So for you to walk away and just make that decision, and just to speak to the young people who are hustling right now, like, you got to know when to get out.
You got
to. It's not always about how much money you got. It's about
because when I wasn't super loaded when I stopped.
Right.
Either. I had a little bit of money. I had like 20 though, probably like 20,000, but I still had like cars on rims and like other stuff going.
Right, because when you got to realize that you got cars on rims, you might buy a house or whatever you buy. Get busted, they're gonna seize that shit.
Yeah.
If they prove that you bought that house and those cars were drugs,
or if you die,
if you die. You know, I mean, that's the thing, because there's only a couple ways selling drugs goes. Either you're going to die, you're going to go to prison, or you're going to get robbed. If you don't know when to get out, those three things are going to happen. Not many people sell drugs and make a large quantity of money and get away safe. Something's going to happen. Or only somebody you love's going to die.
Jail or dead. That's the only two ways.
Jail or dead.
And I had got to a point. See, I didn't quit. I wasn't that young, because I was going through it for like a long time, because it was like I was in, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I got to a point where I was paying to meet plugs and like really plugged in with people. So
for sure,
I was in deep. So it was like, once I found tattooing, it's like I need to find something to do with my time. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't want to be hustling forever. I really didn't want to. And then I had been through a lot of stuff already. You know what I'm saying? And it was gang banging and just a bunch of dumb stuff, man, pointless stuff. And then once I got to a certain age, I'm like, I need to get a job or something. So once I got a job at like a hospital, I was like, man, I can't keep doing this, because I'm used to hustling this money. So I used to be at work clocking in and be gone, and then come back hours later and be clocked in and burnt the whole shit.
You were used to being independent. So like going to work for like someone with a boss.
I still had them eating out of my hands. I was just doing whatever I wanted to in there, because they looking like, why you got this stuff? We've been working here about to retire. We catching the bus to work. Right. But it's like, I still got motion, you feel me? But so I just don't even be caring. So I'm coming to work, leaving. I'm working at the hospital. But I loved it because I was just getting over, not all the time I was doing some work, but I would come finish my work and just leave and be gone for hours. They wouldn't even know where I was at. But it just got to a point where I was like, man, I need to find what I want to do. Like, figure it out. I was like 26, you know what I'm saying, when I started tattooing. So it's like, I found tattooing, like, I'm going to quit this. Then I end up, still was just in the streets back and forth, but I ended up getting shot, like, through my hand. But I was tattooing, though. So when I ended up getting shot.
Damn.
You could look that up. You know what I'm saying? It's probably show up in my city. You know what I'm saying? Toledo, Ohio, whatever you want to look up. I had a cast on, but then I was like, dang, this guy, when I was running, my hand was still moving. I'm like, I'm cool, because I was hitting. Blood was coming down from my arm and here because I had a North Face on. So I had a cast on after that. But the next day, I was like, man, I got tattoo sessions. I still got to get this money. You feel me? I was so eager to hustle, but the way it went through my hand, it was like my meat was hanging out. But the next day, I was still kind of cool. Or was it like a couple days? It was maybe like 2-3 days later.
Right.
But I was like, God was like, look, you need to stop doing what you're doing.
Right.
So then somebody broke in my house a couple days, like a little bit after that. But I know who did it. You know what I'm saying? Cause see, I'm smart. I think about stuff. I went to a gamble house. I think I won like 9,000 or something. Like I used to play poker real heavy. Anybody that watched me on Facebook or something, you see I used to post like, oh, just left the poker house 10,000, something crazy, 20,000. I used to play poker heavy, bro. I'm really good at poker. But as soon as I won one day, my house got broke in. I'm sober. I'm paying attention to everything. I'm watching. See? But that don't mean nothing.
Right.
But somebody broke in, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, once they broke in, I'm like, dang. I kind of can guess because it's like, okay, who knew I was gone? My brother lived next door. Who would know? They ought to know I'm gone. So one of the people that lost, I knew like, oh, okay. They must know like that I was gone. So they broke in. The stuff they took was like whatever. But days later, like 2-3 days later, I was like, I'm done, bro. I'm just done. I'm not hustling no more. I'm about to just quit. Just quit just being loose like that, man. Because I used to be in gamble houses all the time, just hustling, just freelancing, being cool, thinking I got gun license, thinking I could fight, and just thinking like I'm good. But I wasn't, bro. I was just an accident waiting to happen.
So from the outside looking in, you went from selling drugs to deciding one day that you were going to change your life.
Just deciding to be done.
You changed your life. You got a job. You ended up getting into tattooing, and then you ended up being a major content creator. You know what I'm saying? With huge platforms. You see, now, I have a similar story. I was selling drugs. I decided to get away from that. Started working regular jobs. Just saying I will never sell drugs again. I went through some shit that kind of forced me to do that. Yeah. But I made the right decision. Never sold drugs again, and then I ended up being a content creator. So it's like the lesson is by us changing our life and showing whatever higher power you believe in that, hey, look, we want better. We want to do better. We want to be a better person. And we want to evolve past all that. And then we work for it, and then we were given a blessing.
Everything gonna go how it's supposed to go. It's just one decision away. But that was what I was saying. Like my brother saying, Dan, I remember the day you quit, bro. I still think about that shit. You just came down there like I'm done. He said I always think about that, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because one of my brothers, he was just like, because he looked up to me. You know what I'm saying?
Talking about Ken?
Yeah, my brother. He's like, I just remember that. You know what I'm saying? Because we was raised in the same era. We was both. He had, you know what I'm saying? He had heavy rotation. He had his spot on lock. You know what I'm saying? But once they just influenced him to do something different. You know what I'm saying? He owned a bar now. You know what I'm saying? He lived here, but he owned a bar in our city. Like, but it's still
that. That's what's up.
You see what I'm saying? It's like you can just be bigger than what you got. Like you could be bigger than whatever. Mm-hmm. But it's like just going through the emotions, thinking back on stuff you did. Think about how many times you was out late. Think about how many times you could have got killed or anything could have happened.
So many times.
Many times. But you didn't know because you was just, I'm comfortable. I can do this. I can do that. Because I was the cool one. Like I was cool with everybody. I was low key. I was cool with the higher ups. You know what I'm saying? The big homies and stuff. I was always young and turned. You know what I'm saying? On the low, like it was in a smaller city. But that young and turned here would have been nothing. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Because eventually, no matter how cool you are, somebody will get jealous of you, or you will take enough clients, or whatever it is.
Even friends.
Yeah, even friends snitching. People will snitch on you. Whatever the case may be,
like, we went through all that. That's what made it so easy. The betrayal, and it's like, what am I doing, bro? Like, it's just
I put myself in a position. So by me moving to Houston, I moved to Atlanta, but me coming to Houston or just leaving my city in general, I was able to recreate my circle and be like, hey, I'm not going to sell drugs no more, so I don't need that around. If I feel as though someone's going to betray me, you know what I'm saying? I don't need you anywhere near my circle. So, exactly. It's just like recreating a circle. Like when I come, I can be around whoever I feel like I should be around. Once you leave your city and you go somewhere else, you're able to break away from all the people and kind of recreate and be like, okay, I was around these circles and I was having these things happen. Right. Now that I've come, now I'm able to just recreate my entire circle from top to bottom and create the circle that I want. And that was one of the things that, earlier we were talking about the difference between living in a big city and a small city, but just moving in general.
It's like a snake in a cage, bro.
Yeah.
You only big as your environment. This environment is full of dummies. Like, I'm not saying... everybody I know I grew up with, all my family, all my niggas, all my homies, whatever you want to call it, they know I got mad love, respect for everybody. You know what I'm saying? They know how I carry myself. I don't care what it is. We all one and the same. We just doing different stuff, but they only know what they was taught and then what they kind of like, what you research or what you doing. Mm-hmm. You're not getting up doing nothing different that day. You're still going to the hood.
Right, like back when we said earlier, like there was no millionaire around the city showing them you could be doing this.
Yeah.
So
they'll show you some scams or some little stuff you can do, which we know.
But they feel like a lot of people like feel like, oh, I did it. I'm doing it. But like, look, there's levels of doing it. Like, are you doing it or are you doing it?
Yeah, because that stuff was pennies. Thinking like, man, you got to think, you sitting in the hood with 20,000 gonna feel like you got 100, but you sitting out here. Your bills is thousands a month. Your bills is half of that a month. You know what I'm saying? Just to live in the higher up areas and stuff. Like, we're paying thousands of dollars a month just for bills.
Right.
Back there, you only paying 1,000 or 2,000.
Right. It's way higher. But it's way better because at the end of the day, it's the envibrant. It's what you see when you walk outside. When you drive away from your house, what do you see?
Yeah. You seeing like your brain, you give your brain positive influence. You seeing like clean streets. You're not seeing trash everywhere. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, if that's what you want to do better, you got to try for better. You got to put yourself and make yourself uncomfortable so you can just kind of like grow and figure it out. Like, okay, I'm used to this now versus this is not what I want. You know what I'm saying? Like, everything I taught my kids is like respect the humbleness, but they still understand like, I don't want to sit on a couch with doodle and pee on it. Like, I don't want to do that. I don't want to sit and there's nothing wrong with that. That's all you can afford. But know what you're trying to do. Like, okay, I don't like this, but right now I can't afford to do this, but I'm going to keep working every day. And like, look at what your daily, like what you're really doing. How much did you pick your phone up? How much work did you actually put in? Because if you complete one task fast and you spend the rest of the day doing nothing, you really didn't do nothing. You completed that task so fast, you should have tried to complete more tasks. You didn't really try your hardest to get out your situation. Because it takes a lot of work. Because there's a gajillion people on earth. So just because you did 2-3 TikToks today, don't mean you put in a lot of work. It's not nothing.
Like,
you need to do that shit for a year straight.
Yeah, we'll feel like, oh, I did enough. Like, you're probably not doing enough. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. I was with you the other day. I was at your house, and you said to me, we feel like we're doing enough, but we really aren't. You said something like that to me.
We're not doing nothing.
Yeah, and I was like, I thought about that, and I was like, he's right. Sometimes we end our day and we feel like we're doing enough, but are you? Like, are you really satisfied? Like, when you sit down at the end of the day and you put the TV on or whatever you do, did you do enough today?
Did you really reflect back and see? Because a lot of your time get distracted if you do pick your phone up, or if you get too, like, you procrastinate sometimes. You know what I'm saying? So procrastination is really like, it happens and you don't even see it happen. Like, one thing, like, somebody texts you or call you, you like, dang, wait a minute. And you just look up, dang, I just burned 18 minutes. You do a little bit of work, get distracted. Dang, I just burned 20 minutes. So you look back like, yes, I got that task finished. Okay, you got that task finished. It took you 6 hours. But you don't realize
how distracted
that every distraction caused more and more time of like unused time. It's like, it's wasted time. Not wasted, but it's like, you could have got more done more. Yes.
So I want to get deep with you real quick. Ask you a question. So I know you saw recently, probably like a month ago, they announced that they have they actually found UFOs with.
I don't know if I've seen that.
Okay, so it was the Congress. It was on TV. The Senate was taking a meeting with some people from the government, and they were telling them that they actually found UFOs. Like, they were admitting that they found UFOs.
But do they have
with
images?
Biological remains? They didn't release images.
Well, like human remains?
Like, no, biological remains, not that.
Like aliens?
Aliens. They admitted this on TV.
I wonder if aliens really real though.
So that's a good question. But let me ask you this. Let's just assume they are real.
Right.
And they just randomly admitted to it. Why would they do that? Like, why do you feel like they would admit that aliens are real? Like, why would they want to do that out of nowhere? Like, what's the reason?
If aliens real, leave them motherfuckers alone.
Or more importantly, why would they hide it? Why did they spend so many years hiding if they're going to admit it now?
Because they know when they looked on the scene of remains, there was all type of guns, and we would destroy you on that motherfucker, and they ain't about to play with them people.
But see,
aliens
like,
probably got stuff that, bro. They would aliens if they huge. They probably got huge ones and small ones, like Monsters Inc. Like, watching that, they're the same as humans. They probably got different sizes, but you gotta think these are actual aliens. So I don't know. It'd probably be even match. Just depending. No, if they find UFOs, they'll destroy us.
Well, you got to think about this. If it's true that UFOs are always flying around all the time, we don't hear many stories of people being attacked by them. We don't hear many stories like, man, this alien ship came and zapped my house. So for us to believe that they're aggressive, like, we don't have really any reason to believe that. I mean, I'm sure that somebody has a reason, but I never heard of one.
I feel like aliens probably is real, but I think they have their own environment. It's like going from Miami to Hawaii or something. Like maybe sometimes you will see them. Like, okay, well, it's like South Africa. Maybe sometimes you see them from over there, but I don't know who's who unless you decide to come here. But you're not really showing yourself. You just like.
It's almost like they just come here to observe
flying
us.
Or something.
It's almost like we're like ants in a farm, and they're just like looking at us. You know, how you have an ant farm, you see the ants building all their little tunnels.
Right? Because
is that what we are?
It could be, bro. Think about it. If you see ants on the ground, we look huge to them. So if they huge, it could be the same thing.
Or they're just way above us, looking at us.
They could be.
You know
they can have a whole nother atmosphere out there, a whole nother way of life out there on a different planet. Because you're not going to just be flying back and forth planets. But maybe they do sometimes. Maybe sometimes they go on a vacation here. You just don't know. You know what I'm saying?
There's no way. I mean, I personally believe that they're out there. But what kind of blows my mind is that for our whole lives and before we were alive, they were telling us aliens don't exist. They're not real. Don't believe in aliens. Like that's what the government was telling us. That all of a sudden, out of nowhere in 2023, see, that's the crazy thing. You didn't even hear about it. This was on national TV where they told us. This was like literally like a month ago.
They're saying that they real.
It was like 6 weeks ago. They literally said that that they found alien spacecrafts with biological remains. They admitted on TV, and nobody barely paid attention. Nobody knew.
They never do. But let's somebody down there doing this.
Exactly. Because
watching.
We're so worried about the newest TikTok dance, the newest trend, what happened to Kim Kardashian and all that shit, that we're not really paying attention to what's really going on. Like, why are they admitting that to us?
If the aliens is real and they start doing something to them, if they real, then it's gonna be the same. You can't force aliens. Show yourself. Like, even if they real, whatever it is, I would never say it's not real because we don't even really know where we came from or what we were before, because we didn't just pop up. You know
and I feel like that's probably one of the biggest reasons that they don't want us to know, because like I believe in God, I believe in a higher power. But what if we were to find out that we were created by aliens?
That would be insane.
It would make us all feel way different. You know what I mean? Like it would change everything. What?
You know how people gonna be pissed? All the people that's in church,
confused.
But I don't knock nobody. You know what I'm saying? Like. I got my, you know what I'm saying, my relationship. I grew up in church, you know what I'm saying? But I watched my granny give my money, ask me, give me some money, and give it to her, give it to the church, and they were doing stuff they ain't had no business. And I seen her pastor in a strip club before. I seen a lot of stuff happen, bro.
Yeah.
So I got my own relationship with God, you know what I'm saying? I pray for me and my family, and I pray for others too, you know what I'm saying? And I repent for everybody's sins, because I can repent for my own, but it's like, you know.
So you're a Christian.
I'm a Christian, but I understand that I won't know until I know, you know what I'm saying? So I don't want to just be like, God, I disrespect you if you really did give your life for us, you know what I'm saying? But if you can't understand that I don't fully know, I got faith though, for sure, because I've seen stuff happen, you know what I'm saying?
Right, for sure.
And it could be just a coincidence that it happened, but it's like, maybe you would just hear from me, because stuff do happen to people. People die that shouldn't have died. Babies, you know what I'm saying? All kind of people life get taken. Crazy
it's bigger than for us to understand.
But sometimes. It's bigger than us though. It's not. It's just like if you die right now. If you die right now, you just fall dead. If I walk outside your door, it's gonna still be cars driving. It's gonna be people walking down the street with their families. Life is gonna keep going. Life is gonna life without you or me. So I understand it's bigger when stuff happens. God can't be like, oh, everybody just stay. It's not how it works. It's a whole system of everything. Right. It's just like bugs gotta die. Ooh, look at that ant. The spider killed it. It's all like a way of life. So it's like people gotta die so people can live. So I don't knock nothing, but it's just I don't 100% know, but I do have faith. You know what I'm saying? I pray and make sure I'm grateful for everything. You know what I'm saying? So whoever the higher power is, you understand that I was grateful for life itself, period. So if I go to heaven and it's like, oh, you can't get in because you didn't fully believe, it's like, okay, well, I can live with that. I did pray and I did do what I did, but if that wasn't enough, what can I really say or do? You know what I'm saying? But I do have the highest regard and love for the higher powers. Even my angels or whoever watching over me, I always say it, you know what I'm saying? Even when I need help, you know what I'm saying? I pray to God, my higher powers, whoever my angel watch over me is, I need your help in this situation, you know what I'm saying? I don't just pick and choose. So,
right.
But I do, I'm partial, I'm mainly Christian because I grew up in church and I do believe in God and stuff, but
yeah,
you know?
I'm more spiritual. I believe in a higher power for sure.
For sure,
and I believe that we came here for a purpose. I'm really like everywhere with it, like, cause I don't really. It's hard to believe one thing. I believe in reincarnation. I believe that we come back. You know, we come back here, and that's why a lot of us remember shit. Like we can sometimes like remember shit, like or have like deja vu situations,
flashbacks,
or like feel comfortable around certain people that we don't know. Like, why is that? Did you know that person before? Why do you?
I like that.
You know what I'm saying?
Like, why am I comfortable? With
why
you?
am I so comfortable and
so that's
talking
why
to this
you was
person?
with all them girls before. Why are we naked?
You never
now?
know. You never know what we were or who we were around.
You know what you did.
I mean, I think that, and I've heard that there are ways to remember our past lives, like tap into that, like you get deep into like, you know, meditating or whatever, different ways to get there. But I feel like we can remember our past, but like we in our conscious mind as we are, we don't remember that stuff. So we're living in this life. And I feel like back to what you were saying, like all we can really do is live the best life we can.
That's it,
be
bro.
the best person we can be. All I know for sure is that I'm here right now, and I got this life,
and bills gotta be paid,
and they gotta be bills gotta be paid. But at the end of the day, like I don't know if I die if I'm just a fucking food for worms.
I'm not about to die and be just a plant and stand. Yeah, to you.
And that's why I feel, and I'm sure you can agree, that we come here. Like some people come here to leave their mark and be like, I'm gonna come here and I'm gonna be somebody and I'm gonna help the world in some way.
What if you come back as an animal though?
I mean, and that may happen.
I thought about that before because you can't talk. You can be barking all day, like shut up.
It seems like animals talk. Dogs are barking. Like they say that ants can communicate through telepathically. Basically,
They just try to take over my house. Them ants communicate. They communicate.
They team up.
They ass too though. I bet they communicated that. They ass out of there.
You feel me? Like they are following in a line. Like they're doing some kind of communicating. You know what I'm saying?
Bro. They had like the big ants at the checkpoints. I'm looking like, oh, y'all think it's a game?
Like they have a system set up. Like they are smart. And I saw a video of somebody pouring like they poured metal into an ant, like a huge ant, like, you know, a bunch of ant piles next to each other, and they poured metal into it, and they pulled the metal off the ground to see what it looked like because it hardened. It is very complex, bro. You got these ant things, and they got these big areas where they be living. You got the areas where they be getting the food together. Like they have a whole fucking civilization, like humans.
And they deep, bro. You can't.
They deep. Like there's millions probably in these fucking big anthills. You don't realize it. So like, but the point of me saying that is like these animals are very sophisticated. I would not be surprised if some of us do come back as ants. You know, or as. And if you believe, I'm not personally Hindu,
or as an alien,
or as you never know. But I'm not personally Hindu. But the Hindu people believe in karma, and if you have bad karma, you come back as another animal. If you're a good person, you come back reincarnated as a human. But if you're a bad dude, like one of those rats, you know, then you come back as a rat. You know what I'm saying? And that's their belief, and that might be
accurate, bro. You never know. It's a lot of living organisms though, so you can come back as anything, bro. Real talk. The world is a complex place, bro. All I know is at the end of the day, you gotta figure it out, man.
I mean, I feel like there's so much depth to it. Like we could talk all day about it. There's so much depth to it. But I feel like at the end of the day, like I said, like all we know is we're human beings. We're here. This is our life now.
Yeah.
We do the best we can to be a good person and to give to our family. And that's all we can do.
Yeah.
Like that's
whoever higher up, they see what the hell going on down here. Y'all seeing this shit. It's
good
hard,
intentions.
You know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying? The right people got the right intentions, like they be saying, when they be saying some guy gonna come in and he gonna take this many people and all this, is like, okay, well, when that happens, we gonna figure it out. But other than that, though, it's like that just don't make sense. We all human. If you die for all sins, that means all sins is forgiven. Or you just die for some sins, because there's no justifying either way. I die for all sins. That's what it clearly says. After everything else it says, I die for y'all sins. So who is being punished for them? Now, people that's doing sick shit, molesting kids and doing crazy stuff. Of course, it's like they say all sins the same, but I can't disagree with that.
No, I have to disagree with that.
I have to. You sinned, you robbed the bank. Oh, you sinned, you killed 3 old ladies. You sinned, you molested 3 kids.
If you lied or you committed adultery or whatever, like that's nothing compared to molesting somebody or murdering somebody. Because, I mean, there's different things. Like, if you come up in here right now and I got my strap on me and you got your strap and you trying to kill me, I'm going to kill you. And
what
cold as sin or not, I'm going to kill you. But that's not murder.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Thou shalt not kill. Mm-hmm. You know, so...
But if they was going to kill me, what was I supposed to do?
Exactly.
Talk them out of it?
And people kill in the Bible. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day.
Right. That's what I'm saying. A lot of stuff be just like, what?
Interpretation. Like, did you mean kill or did you mean like murder? You know, like it's interpretation. Like I feel like it's murder because I'm going to defend myself, and if I got to go to hell to protect my family, then send me to hell because I'm not going to let someone come up in here and kill everybody.
No, me or
if
the
I
kids,
had the opportunity to handle that. Yeah, exactly. The family,
you're not
kids,
about to do nothing, especially to know my kids is over with. Kids, period. Though, like it's over with. It is what it is. I deal with the consequences later, but you're not about to do what you thought you was about to do up in here. I promise you.
Exactly, but. I definitely appreciate the conversation, bro. I feel like we had a great episode. So, before we end, tell them where they can find you, social media. Where can they find you?
Hey, man, it's your boy Also Rob, man. Go check me out at Also Rob on IG, on all platforms, man. And check me out on the tattoo side, Also Rob Tattoo, man. All my links is all together on the Also Rob page, man. You know what I'm saying? We got a couple YouTube channels out there for y'all, Rob and Allie and the Also family. Come check us out, man. We be working together, you know what I'm saying? We all in the family together.
Hell yeah, we got content coming out soon. I definitely fucked with the last video we did. We got some more coming up soon.
Definitely, we gotta finish that.
Hell yeah, I appreciate you coming out here, bro. Definitely had a great conversation.
Thanks for having me, man. I feel like I came at the right time.
Oh yeah, for sure.
We could go all night about.
No, we could. We could have really went. That's why we're going to probably do a part 2. You know what I'm saying? Because there's so much more to touch base on.
Yeah, we definitely, and then we can maybe have Allie on here for y'all.
Oh no, yeah. So next time I'm gonna bring both y'all on. Yeah,
work.
Let's do that. Hell yeah, but I appreciate it, bro.
All right, Brody.
Yep. All right, y'all. We'll see you on the next episode.
It's time to let it flow. It's time to let it flow.